This is a production of Hockey Night in Oswego. Only on WTOP.
It is a beautiful day here in Oswego, New York, as the families of all the students gather into the Deborah F. Shanley Ice Hockey Arena. Today, the St. John Fisher Cardinals play the first game in program history against the Oswego State Lakers. We welcome you up to the perch for our pregame show. Chris DeLuca alongside Cole Fleming and Nick Stetter. Guys, how are we doing today?
Dude, I'm feeling great. I don't know about you, but first ice hockey game of the season. It's a good feeling. You know, sunny day, families are here. I don't know. It's just a great feeling.
There's no better feeling than Oswego hockey, Chris, and I think that we're going to have an amazing showing today as the first game of the season kicks off. I think we're going to have a beautiful sight to watch today.
Absolutely. You know, as I was saying, it's the beginning of the new season for the Lakers, and I know you guys are just as excited as I am, but you know who's the most excited right now? The players. The Lakers begin the season ranked 8th in the nation according to the rankings on USCHO.com, and this team is going to have a lot of fun this season. But they have high expectations to live up to. Now, how does that kind of pressure affect a team like this?
It can take a toll, especially on a very young team after losing so many players last year. But I think it'll kind of be a low, high-pressure situation with the coach not setting the standard. I think the players are the main ones who are going to be trying to set the standard for those high expectations.
Yeah, we're looking at a team with a lot of newcomers to bring to the table, 12 freshmen, I believe. And pressure is going to come up. They're going to see that ranking in the nation, and they're going to be like, oh, we're up there. Oh, this is a good team. And they really want to live up to that, like that potential that they've been shown from polls and sources. And I think that's going to be a really big factor for that pressure bringing, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I was saying, the pressure is just going to be building up, but, you know, the Lakers going to have a lot of fun this season. It's going to be really good. So, looking back at last season now, the Oswego State Lakers had a record-breaking season, going 22-3-2 overall, best in franchise history, and 15-1-2 in the conference during the regular season. However, they experienced a heartbreaking loss to the rival Plattsburgh State Cardinals, getting shut out 2-0. So because of that loss, the Lakers were left out of competing in the NCAA tournament. Now, how does a team try and bounce back from a just heartbreaking loss like that?
You start with the young squad. You have a brand new team who hasn't quite experienced that, so they won't have that weight on their shoulders. Of course, you know, just the young squad and all of that is gonna be.
Very good point, Cole. I believe that they got to be hungry. They realize they didn't get that NCAA tournament spot, and they got to realize they should be mad that they didn't get that spot. They got to be hungry this year, and they got to do even better than they did last year if they want to get that spot, because they know conference is such a huge part of it, and if they don't get that conference, it's going to be a little shaky, but if they have a really good record, they might still get that spot. They want to be hungry.
Absolutely. Now, we're going to take a quick break here, but don't go anywhere. After the break, we're going to take a look at the old and the new. Old for the Lakers and new for both Lakers and St. John Fisher. You're watching Hockey Night on WTOP 10.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts. It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. So you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
Welcome back to WTOP 10's pregame show for Hockey Night in Oswego. I'm Chris DeLuca. That's Cole Fleming. That's Nick Stetter. Sorry, Nate Stetter. What am I saying? Now, as you guys may know, the Lakers lost a lot of impactful players to the graduation last year. So let's take a look at those players real quick and see who they lost. What stands out to you guys on this list?
Mac Hall, the runner-up finalist in the best player of the conference last year, almost a point per game player, 23 points in 27 games. That's a lot of shoes to fill. They're going to really be looking forward to both their experienced players and their new players to really fill in for a loss like that.
And I also want to take a look at Rachel Corbett. Had 6 goals and 16 assists on the season, but leading the Lakers in assists last year. What a playmaker she was, an amazing facilitator. The Lakers really need to find that next level playmaker to fill in that spot that Corbett left.
Absolutely, and one player that you guys didn't mention that I really want to mention is goaltender Lexi Levy. There were so many games last year. I mean, I know you saw a couple games. I know you didn't get a chance to see, where Lexi Levy just stole the show, making saves left and right, just being an absolute boss in that net.
Oh, yeah. 957 save percentage throughout the entire last year, just barely over a goal per game average. Like, that is something that you're really going to be missing, and you're really hoping now, joining as an assistant coach, that she can really push the upcoming goaltenders to follow that up.
Completely agree.
Yeah, and you know, as you said, Mia DeVivo, who's starting tonight, she's got big shoes to fill. But you know what? The Oswego State Lakers, they're confident in her, and they know that this is the future. Lexi Levy, she's graduated, great player, but we got to keep looking forward. And now going into the new kids on the block here, there's a couple new freshmen, a couple transfers for the Oswego State Lakers that are going to have to step up in the absence of a lot of these great players that have since left the team. Who are some of these players that you think are going to make the most impact?
So I'm going to focus on Natalie Longs from Honeyway Falls, Lima, coming out of there from high school. She's going to play on the first line of attack tonight. She's going to be a really smart playmaker for that. I feel like she's going to try to fill in the shoes that I just mentioned, that Corbett had. They're really going to look for Longs on that right side there to really make a play and maybe get in for a couple assists, maybe even a goal.
Yes. On top of that, number 13, Lauren Riccobelli, someone to look out for on that second line, joining Brittany Iverson and Erica Parenti, both two experienced forwards. She's a 5'9", right shot, right winger. Looking forward to seeing how she impacts the second line, both offensively and defensively, because I know that line as a whole has a lot of bite to them, a lot of fight.
Absolutely. And going a little bit off script here, who's a player that's returning that you think is going to be the most impactful?
Ooh, that's a good question. I might have to go with Emma Majeski. Majeski, phenomenal, standing at 6'2". She's going to be a mess for those St. John Fisher Cardinals to handle. I think she's going to be a really strong player that will be up there. She was third in total points scored last season for the Oswego Lakers, and Majeski's going to be that top star that the Lakers want and need.
I'm gonna go for Megan Smith, the first line center, someone who we didn't quite see a lot of last year, but getting that big role, first line center in the first game of the season. I'm excited to see if she'll really take a step forward and put a lot of offense and just overall talent on the ice and see how that goes for Oswego.
Absolutely. And, you know, I'm going to give one myself. I don't know about you guys, but Erica Parenti, I feel, is going to be a really big impact on this team. I mean, she's a junior on the team. We saw a lot of her last year as a sophomore, putting up goals, making assists, doing just a great job for the Oswego State Lakers team. So we will see as the game commences. But shifting over from Oswego, now you guys may not know this. Oswego's program for women's hockey has been around since the 2006-2007 season. However, their opponent, as we mentioned before, has never played a game, ever. This is the first year that they're going to be in existence in the program's history. So both these teams are in for a historic match here.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see that very often, just a brand new team. And you'll see with them, they have some experience, they have some big talent that they brought in. So I'm excited to see how, for first season together, I don't know much about their coach. We'll see how they put together a team and play as a unit, with it being like, practices probably didn't start too long ago, all that fun stuff. So you got to really see how a brand new team, brand new program comes together and plays as a unit.
And if we look at how Oswego would prepare for this game, you really can't that much. They got no previous stats. They got no background on them. Yes, you can look at where they played AAA. Maybe they played for a club. But besides that, you can't really expect anything from these Cardinals because the Lakers don't have anything on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I was talking to our play-by-play commentator, Rob Finger, before. And one of the things that he mentioned to me, which I'm going to steal from him right now, he's probably going to be very upset at me for stealing it, is that this is a complete mystery game. Like there is no, there's so many new freshmen on Oswego. There's a lot more freshmen on St. John Fisher, and it's just going to be a great game overall. I mean, it's unprecedented, it's unknown, and I think it's going to be exciting.
Yes, very, very excited for a game like this.
It's going to be a wild ride for both teams, and it's going to be a really fun matchup.
Absolutely. So we're going to take another quick break here, but don't go anywhere. After the break, we're making picks, we're talking players, making picks and prepping for puck drop. Don't go anywhere.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
If you like action, romance,
if you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
surface is this.
4. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn. Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Into the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Hockey Arena for today's pregame show. I'm still Chris DeLuca. That's still Cole Fleming. That may or may not be Nick Stetter. I haven't figured that out yet. But guys, I think we've done enough yapping on these topics. Let's start looking at some of the players to watch. Cole, why don't you go first?
My big Oswego, I'll go Fisher first. We'll go Fisher player to watch. I'm really looking at Cordelia Wims. I don't know. Played on Utica last season, so has some collegiate experience. Came from the Pittsburgh Penguins junior program. So that's someone who's got some experience on both sides, the collegiate level, and had some really good AAA experience down before college. So we'll kind of see how that goes. She didn't play a lot for Utica, not really anything notable to really say that, not really a lot of points, not lots of stats that you can say, but someone to really look into on the forward group for St. John Fisher.
And for my Fisher player to focus on, I'm going to focus on Casey Turek. Casey Turek is a 5'4" defensive player, and she led the Naperville, I believe it was the Naperville Sabres to a state championship 2 times when she was on that team. She played amazing out of the back, and also she was on the AAA Team Illinois. squad as well. So a lot of high-level hockey played there from Casey, and I really think that she's going to be able to stop maybe some counterattacks Oswego may make, maybe just find a quick little assist, a little play. She might even get up in the attack a little more. I think Casey's going to be a focal point when it comes to Fisher, and we'll see how it plays out for them. And if we look at the Oswego side of things for my player to focus on, I mentioned her before earlier, but I want to also talk about Jenna Majeski again. She is going to wreak havoc this game. I feel like she's going to come straight off and just blitz. She might get a goal 30 seconds into her being on the ice, in my opinion. I think Jenna is going to be a phenomenal player this entire season, and this is going to be the start of a really, really famous season, maybe even history-making here at Oswego.
Yes. I would have to go for Oswego. Elizabeth Cooley, 13 points in 26 games last year. She was on one of the higher lines, high energy, just lots of bite, lots of battle, lots of bite. Just someone who really has experience and has experience getting points for kind of an iffy 9 freshmen. They have a very experienced defensive line, but 9 freshmen on this offense today. I think she's going to add a lot of bite on the offense and really push them to score some goals and get some extra points on that board.
Those are some great picks, guys. Now let's head into my favorite part of the show. I don't know about you guys, but I always love making some predictions for the game. It's my favorite part. Some people may not like it. Me, personally, I love it. So, Cole, let's start with you. What's your prediction for the game?
I have to go 4-2 Oswego, just because they have some more collegiate experience within their overall team. I do like a lot of the St. John Fisher players. They have a lot of AAA experience. They have a lot of good players that I think could be very good. But starting a program is very difficult, especially against a experienced Oswego program with a head coach who took them to the SUNY championships and probably could have gone further, got a little unlucky in the finals. But I think that coaching extra experience and having players who were on such a good team last year will really propel them in this game.
And I think I'm also going to agree with you on Oswego winning, but I'm going to change the score up a little bit. I'm going to go to 3-1 for the Oswego Lakers. And I believe that it's the start of a new season. Oswego's ranked 8th in the country. They're going to have that chip on their shoulder. I think they're just going to brush that chip off. I think they're going to soak it in and show a good start of the season. Yes, it's going to be a little rocky. I feel like the game might not be as technical as these teams might want it, but as you said, Fisher, brand new. They're going to struggle with that chemistry aspect because they haven't played a legitimate game before. I don't think that they're going to be all connected. There might be some mishaps, some miscommunications there on the ice. So I think Oswego, being a little more experienced in actual game time on the ice, I think Oswego are going to take this game 3-1. It's going to be a little low scoring in my opinion. Yep.
So I don't know about you guys, but I am crazy about both of these teams here. I mean, it's just such new teams. I'm feeling like shades of Pat McAfee over here. I'm just feeling like I'm jitters right now. And just St. John Fisher, fully new team. They got all freshmen, only a couple, like maybe 1 or 2 sophomore, junior, senior. Oswego, so many freshmen, couple new returners, but it's so much. And you know what? I think I'm gonna go on my gut. Give me Oswego 6-2 for the win. I think it's gonna be a score. It's gonna be a shootout. And the reason why I say that, Oswego State, they still have the more experience. The St. John Fisher team, they just got together. They're a bunch of freshmen. If you saw for the men's hockey team for Oswego, we saw they started 0-2-1. I think that's gonna happen for these St. John Fisher women's hockey team here. And I think maybe it's going to take a couple games for them to really get into the groove, to really get that chemistry, to understand where each other is going to be. But I feel St. John Fisher is going to be a force to reckon with in the future, but not today. It's going to be Oswego.
Wow. Yeah. I have a quick question between you two. Do you guys have a goal scorer for today, for either team? Do you have someone who you think is going to be a lock
to
score a goal?
Taking my job here now. Are you the host?
Nope.
I'm going to let you go first because I'm going to think about this.
All right. I do think that some freshmen are going to make some waves in this game. I feel like, yes, Jenna Majeski's going to get 1 on the board, but besides that, if I'm looking at these lineups right now and I'm looking at who I think could actually probably get a goal for these Oswego Lakers, I'm going to start off with the Lakers. I think that Erica Parenti definitely could get 1. And I also, I mentioned her earlier in the show because I'm confident in her. I do think Lonks might get her first goal collegiately ever in her first game ever. And I think on the Fisher side, I mentioned Casey Turek. I think she'll get the assist. I don't think she'll get the goal. Now, for a goal, I really don't know who I would pick out specifically, but I think that I'm going to focus on who you mentioned earlier, Wembus. I think Wembus might get that 1 goal that I mentioned in the 3-1 win for the Lakers for my prediction.
Yeah. I think I have to go with kind of an interesting one here. Defensively, I'm going to go with Helen Van Dam on the Oswego Lakers. I think the captain, really excited, has that chip on her shoulder because of how last year went. I think she's going to find herself in pushing a little extra, especially if the offense isn't clicking early, really pushing up the ice, and I could see her getting one through on a shot from the point.
Oh yeah.
All right, so for me, I'm gonna be honest. We talked about the young guy, the young people all pregame long, but you know what? If their experience is such a crucial thing in this league, that well, I feel that it's just the experience is going to lead the team, which is why I think Erica Parenti is going to get the first goal for the Oswego State Lakers. And looking over for St. John Fisher, give me Sophie Grant.
Okay.
That PA connection, the Philadelphia Junior Flyers is just with the Pittsburgh Penguins elite over there in Pennsylvania. They all know each other. They got the chemistry. I would say that's the one for me.
I love it.
But that's going to do it here for our pregame show, at least for the Perch. But don't go anywhere. We're going to send it over to Rob and James after this break.
Get rid of all the questions.
If only we had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch.
Well, do we have a show for you? Who are you?
What are you doing in my bed?
On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises and tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans. Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP 10.
Welcome back up top of the Steve Levy press box here at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena. I'm Rob Finger alongside James Fitzpatrick, and we're here for the first matchup of the year here in the arena between your Oswego State Lakers women's hockey team and the St. John Fisher Cardinals for their first ever D3 collegiate hockey game. How are we feeling about this one here, James?
You know, I mean, early, it's going to be a little nervous for, St. John's Fisher. Their first game, like you said, Rob, they got to come out strong. You know what they're going to expect. They're going to be jittery. They're going to be strong, though, so you got to watch out for them early.
Yeah, especially for your first game as a D3 team going up against the Oswego State Lakers, who were ranked last year, nationally ranked, went to the SUNY championship, but unfortunately were upset by the Plattsburgh State Cardinals in that championship and then snubbed for the NCAA tournament, so they're going to be coming back with quite a vengeance. So for St. John Fisher to be coming in a game like that, you really got to assert yourself if you're the Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, obviously playing your first game in your program's history is going to be a little scary, but playing a team like this, it doesn't get worse than this for them.
Absolutely. So let's get into a little bit of analysis on the goaltending on both sides. We'll start with the one that's in for the Oswego State Lakers. That's going to be number 35, Mia DeVivo. Backing up, of course, Lexi Levy last year as the backup. She got a game, though, and she got a shutout. I mean, what are we expecting this year from her?
DeVivo was a very, very good backup. There's nobody better you could have asked to back up Lexi Levy last year. However, Lexi Levy was top of her class. You really can't beat that, so it's going to be hard for DeVivo to step into that role, but I think the Lakers do believe in her.
Yeah, and I will say as well, it's good that Lexi Levy came back to the Oswego State Lakers organization as an assistant coach as well. So she's been giving Mia DeVivo some pointers, different things like that. They also were both members of the St. Louis Junior Blues, their AAA organization. So you have to think that there's a little bit of a connection there, and Mia DeVivo maybe could be the second coming of Lexi Levy. So we'll look on the other side here for the St. John Fisher Cardinals. As I'll get my rosters out here, we've got our goaltender, Bryn Bacek here. It's going to be quite the task for her to go up against a high-scoring team like Oswego. How do you think she's going to do here?
I mean, it's going to be tough for her. First game, it's going to be a little nervous, but like I said, you got to come out strong. And for Bacek, I was looking at her in warm-ups. One thing I did notice she was struggling with was moving and getting up high. She didn't really go down low a lot. It looked like she was trying to work as much as she can with her high shots. But I would like to see the Lakers maybe take note of that. Go high on her. Get her moving around as much as possible.
Absolutely. Now, we've got our keys to the game for this one. How about you run us through St. John Fisher's keys to the game so far?
Well, first off, you got to get the early momentum. It's going to be tough against this Lakers team. They're fast. They're tough to play against. But for St. John Fisher, get started early. Play with the lead. Try to get that first goal. Next, you got to get rid of the nerves. Like I said before, it's going to be a little tough to, shake off, playing your first game against a tough Lakers team. But if you get rid of those nerves, you're going to play at the top of your game. You're going to be the best team on the ice. Next, finally, get your chemistry going. Play hard, play together.
Absolutely. Now for the Lakers, we've got build off of last season. Last season was quite the success as well. We got fill in the gaps. We've got a lot of turnover since last season. And we've got third, show them who's boss. This is your home ice. You got to show what your team is all about. Your score prediction?
I got 4-1 St. John Fisher. I think they're going to come out hard, and I think they're going to get it done.
Well, I've got 4-2 Oswego. Don't go away, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have all the action here. We'll go to the break for the national anthems. We'll be back right here on WTOP 10 Sports.
If you like action, romance,
Polly sister, if you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
surface is this.
Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Look at the number of disasters in the U.S. Chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
If you like action, romance,
Polly sister. If you're watching this, Polly.
and highbrow humor,
Surface is this.
Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
It's going to be tough. Try to stand close to me because I can't hear you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to WTOP 10 Sports. My name is Rob Finger. Alongside James Fitzpatrick, we're back at the WF Stanley Arena for Puck Drop here between your Oswego State Lakers and the St. John Fisher Cardinals. Final thoughts before Puck Drop here, James?
I just want to see both teams play a hard, physical game where both teams are going to play fast and they want this win early.
We are into the unknown here as we will see how this one turns out. As getting control early, it's the St. John Fisher Cardinals looking to get it back over into the Oswego Lakers end. Is Leah Coley going down as they go back below the goal line. Coley fighting for it in that corner. Coming in to help is Erica Parenti. Coming back around. Ooh, and lifting a stick very aggressively is Sydney Penty right in on DeVivo. I think they were able to get maybe a little bit of a shot, but not much. As Fisher working it around again. Sydney Penty again. Now it's up for Coley. Coley for Parenti. Parenti makes a move at the blue line. Able to get it over, and Penty will pick it up. Over the blue line in the Fisher end. Quick shot. Gets blocked away. It'll go over to the far side. And Fisher will get it back out here. They come all the way back down into the Lakers' end. Demirs around to the near side. Picked up instead, though, by Fisher. They'll go back up. Lunks will get it out for Oswego. Over to the far boards. Dumped in by SJF. Fisher grabbing it again. Under pressure, though, from the new captain, Helen Van Dam. Coming out, though, is number 26, Ellie Pranter. Up the boards. Now back for Van Dam. Van Dam in her hands. Shea Jaziel sending it around over to the near side. And out over the blue line it goes. Southwick, though, trying to get it back into the other side. Pranter as well will do so. Over to the near corner, they'll chase it. Shea Jaziel up the near boards. Off those boards, up for Lunks. Now for number 14, Megan Smith. Smith up top for Doer. Over for Tilly Patrick. Patrick walks, shot, save made. It'll go over to the near boards. Kayla Doer with it again. Patrick, shot, save made by Batchick.
Good to see the Lakers getting on in the forecheck early here. It looked like Fisher had the early advantage.
Yeah, as Majewski gets it back up for Tilly Patrick in the far corner. Around over to the near side. Doer around along that blue line again. Doer, shot, save made and covered by Bryn Batchick.
I like the game plan so far for the Lakers. In the offensive zone, they're setting up Majeski in front of the net, using her tall body to get right in front of Batchick. She can't see a thing with Majeski screening her.
Face off to the right of Bryn Batchick, the woman from Williamsville. Face off one to the side by St. John Fisher. They'll get it back out for Elizabeth Cooley in here on the near side. Back up towards the hash marks. London having to do it. Now getting it down towards Fiona Sirens. Now up, shot, save made, rebounds there though, backhanded, and it's turned away by Fisher. Back up for Coley, across for Power. Power redirects it into the nearest corner. Elizabeth Cooley now. Fiona Sirens, now up for Power. Power shot, save made by Bryn Batchick.
So far, Bocic's doing a good job getting everything low. Like I said at the top of the show, the Lakers try to get high. Bocic's getting everything low so far, and she's doing a good job controlling her rebounds as well, getting everything right, either right in front of her to cover or everything to the corner.
They've been dealing with a lot of defensive shots here as it goes back to Helen Van Dam. Sydney Pinty, Van Dam, shot blocked away by a defender, by the winger over there. It'll go into the far corner. Fighting below the goal line behind Bocic. They'll send it into the near corner. Fisher will get it high and out off the glass. Rolling, rolling, rolling into the Lakers' end, and they're not able to beat out the icing, and will go down the other way.
Yeah, Fisher player a little upset about that one. The icing was whistled a little bit early, but it didn't look like that she was going to get there before Helen Van Dam.
Yeah, especially those bouncing pucks. You never quite know if it's going to have enough energy to get over the line. That one was close, but it was indeed icing. Pinty at the top for Van Dam. Shot wide of the net. Ooh, a quick little rebound there by Alexandra O'Brien. Almost found the post. A quick shot again turned away. Up now, Abigail Dix for Pinty. For Van Dam, walk, shot, save made, rebound right across the crease. Just if a stick had got there, it'd be 1-0 Lakers. Here's Pinty to try it. Another shot turned away. Abby Dix around. Ooh, a quick hit there on number 27, Casey Turek. And a good play made by her. She'll send it over to the near side. Solana Zizzo behind the net. Looking to wrap something, finds a shot for Caro. A shot gets redirected up into the protective netting.
There's too many Fisher players down low near the goaltender. Someone's got to be up top near the slot, and that's got to either be the center or the wingers. The wingers aren't doing a good job so far getting to the blue line where the defenders are. That's where all the shots are coming from, and Fisher needs to learn to adjust.
Weymouth grabbing that off the faceoff. Fisher will take it around behind their goaltender, but you get the sense that Oswego has gotten their bearings here. Here comes Erica Parenti around the net, looks for an outlet, tried to find one in Shea Jazeel, and she's having to chase back after that one. Jazeel in the neutral zone, reverses for Parenti, she'll dump it in. Iverson and Jazeel chasing. Fisher reverses it. Now it's for Ricabelli. Up top, bobbled there by Solana Zizzo. She's able to control it and try and get it away from Prantner. Zizzo up the far side, dumps it just in, but sending that back out is Fisher. Ricabelli dumps it in, chases it to the corner. Ricabelli towards the center, Tilly Pethrick now. Pethrick walks, shot, save made by the pad. It'll go to the boards. Power down for Parenti. Parenti around for Pethrick. Pethrick back down for Parenti. Hops over his stick, though. And picking that one up instead will be Cordelia Weymouth. Long down the ice it'll go, chasing after it. And that will be an icing with 14:45 left to go in this first period.
So far, good lucky bounces for Fisher so far defensively. Everything's just getting away from the Lakers by just about 2 or 3 inches, where it's just out of reach to put it in the empty net. But something's got to give eventually with these rebounds.
Yeah, this one may turn into a bit of a defensive clinic for Fisher as the Lakers win that one back, but just through the gap, they'll let that one go into the neutral zone. Power off the skate there of Katie Demirs, but trying to possess it in the zone, they'll have to be going back into the neutral. Patrick over towards Demirs again, but Fisher will control it over off the near boards again. A quick stick lift from Power will send it over to Tilly Pethrick. Pethrick backhanded over for Lunks. Lunks still with it in spite of 2 Cardinals, and she's able to grab it back and dump it in. Now around for Megan Smith. Ooh, stolen away there by Brooklyn Joyce. Off the near boards it'll go. Sydney Pinty looking to keep it deep. Wilson. Jaylee Wilson over and around for Brooklyn Joyce. Joyce up the boards. Lunks gives her a shove. Coley still with it there. As it gets almost stolen away from Georgia Cunliffe. And now here comes Kayla Doer. Circles back. Up for Pinty. Pinty tried to take a shot. She'll send it over to number 7, Leah Coley, who gets a quick shot on, but that's tipped away by the pad of Bacik. Fisher will get it out. Long down the ice, Sydney Pinty picking that one up. She's got a lot of ice in front of her as Fisher changes. Tried to get it to 3 different Lakers there, but Majewski wants to argue that she kind of tipped it after the red line, and I tend to believe that she might have, actually.
I think she did too, but the linesman definitely just didn't catch that. But it'll be first offensive zone faceoff here for St. John's Fisher. So let's see how they draw this one up here.
We'll see as they tried to win it over to the far boards there as it rolls right past the crease of Mia DeVivo. Looking off the boards here, Majewski trying to get it up, but instead it's Cecilia Stewart who keeps it in. Jenna Majewski up the boards. Kept in though by Reckley. Kira Reckley keeping it in, but it squirts out though for Doer. Kayla Doer up for Pinty. Pinty for Doer. Looking for an outlet. Tried to find Pinty right in front of Bacek. Tried to get right towards the center there. It'll go out for Pinty at the blue line. Pinty for Cunliffe. Cunliffe a shot. Save made by Bryn Bacek once more.
Lakers doing a good job in front of the net. Still, they're playing aggressive. They're playing physical in front of the net. We saw a Fisher defenseman fall off a hard shove by a Laker forward right in front of that net. It's just a matter of time before one of these are deflected or a big rebound right in front.
Won by Oswego. Shea Jazeel, a shot turned away by the stick of Bacek. Oh, and a collision behind the net. A little confusion there. Means that Brooklyn Joyce will send it up the boards. Kept in, though, by Shea Jazeel. Now down for Cameron London. London sends it into the far corner. Helen Van Dam pinches in. Van Dam with the pass. Gets it over for Fiona Sirens. Sirens for Jazeel. Jazeel for Van Dam. Van Dam, quick redirect. It'll go behind the net. Southwick back around for number 10, Elena D'Onofrio. London, Sirens to Van Dam. Now to Jazeel. Jazeel for London. Cameron London back in for Fiona Sirens. A quick redirection by Cooley there, and just goes toppling over each other as Fisher's finally able to control, just trying their best to get it out of the zone, and they do. Shea Jazeel sending it right back in. Elena D'Onofrio right into the stick of Liliana Ficaro. She's able to just bring it in the zone, but that will be called offsides.
I like the Lakers passing so far. Everything's been crisp, right to the point, and right on the stick of their teammates. And this is something I feel like the Lakers might have been missing, going into this season with the loss of Rachel Corbin and Mac Hull. Those are great passers that now is no longer on the team. So it's a good that Lakers are still passing pretty well here so far.
Fisher trying to get it in a little bit of a neutral zone regroup there, but that one gets redirected into the bench. We'll have another neutral zone faceoff. 11:26 still left to go in this first period of play. Faceoff right in front of the Lakers bench. Just trying to win that one back was Abby Dix, but it'll be Grant taking it around the other way for Fisher. Reckley off the boards, high up for Solana Zizzo. Zizzo around for Tilly Patrick behind DeVivo's net. Oh, a quick collision there as it goes to the boards. Trying to get it up for Reckley. A shot redirected over into the corner. Tilly Patrick's able to steal it. Just trying to get it out however she can. But Turek able to keep it in. Fighting for it. Alexandra O'Brien. Tilly Patrick now. Patrick works it through the neutral zone. And she called that an ice. As Tilly Patrick not exactly happy with that one. She thought she had the red line.
It was really close. I don't blame her for thinking she did, but you need more awareness there. Just right before that red line, it is going to be an icing on the Lakers.
Just by inches, as hockey often is. Face off to the left of DeVivo. Fisher wins it back. Weymouth, shot, save made by the glove of DeVivo.
It's the first decent chance here so far for Fisher, and I like the setup. Just get bodies in front of that net, look for a lucky bounce, look for a tip, maybe even just a screen that gets by DeVivo. So far, we need to see more shots out of Fisher.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the shot counter right now. It's 9 in favor of the Oswego Lakers, 2 only for the Fisher Cardinals. Let's back up the boards again. Here they come, the Lakers. Up now for Ricabelli. Ricabelli for Parenti. Parenti back for Ricabelli. Up now instead for Power. Ricabelli off the boards. Shot! Save made by Bacek. Puck still there. Picked up by Parenti. Parenti for Power. Julia Power across for Iverson. It just goes past her stick and to the boards. She'll have to regroup around that. Southwick almost got it stolen by Ricabelli, but she's able to send it around to that far corner. Joyce fighting for it with Julia Power. Here's a shot, just wide of the net. Off the glass it'll go. Leah Coley fighting for that one. Erica Parenti walking. Ooh, fanned on that one. Still with the puck, though. She'll have to get second chance. Oh, lost it again, though. Maybe having to shake it off that dust. Leah Coley, though, with a shot. Parenti, a shot again. Both saves. And here's Power. Power's shot blocked away by Cordelia Weymouth. It'll go down the ice.
Bocek has been unbelievable so far with low shots. Throughout the whole game, it's been all low so far for the Lakers, and Bocek is not letting those in.
Coming back up the other way, St. John Fisher. Off the boards it'll go, down deep into the zone. Picking it up is Elena D'Onofrio. Chaos near DeVivo's net. Picking it up, though, is Katie Demers. Long all the way up the boards it'll go, and washed out because of Lunks. She tried to get it to the middle, but instead it's D'Onofrio grabbing that and sending it back below the goal line. And up the boards it'll go. Pinty now back across for Demers, protecting it as she dumps it in. Natalie Lunks. Lunks around the net of Bacek, looking for an outlet. Finds one right in the middle, but it squirts through, and that'll go out of the zone. Shea Jazeel picks it up for Oswego. Now for Pinty. Pinty for Smith. Smith dumps it in. Jenna Majewski chasing after it. Ooh, just misses it. She'll have to go for it once more. Protecting it on the boards as Georgia Cunliffe comes in to help her. Ooh, a quick move there by number 9, Sophie Grant, as it'll go back over to the other side. Fisher will look to break it out. Over directly off her knee there as she's able to block the pass. Sophie Grant in the zone. Shot, save made, turned away by DeVivo. Ooh, a big hit there by Shea Jazeel. She's able to turn that one over. The Lakers will look to get it out there, but Stewart will put it to the boards, and it's still in Fisher's hands. Around the net of DeVivo into the near corner. Up for Oswego. Majewski dumps it out of the zone. Here comes Kayla Doer. She's 2-on-1 with Zizzo. Doer, shot, save made, and running into Bryn Bacek was Doer, but Bacek will come up with it.
That was a good breakout by the Lakers, putting everything off the boards and getting players high, getting everyone with speed up the ice quick. And that was a good shot by Doer, trying to go high with it on the glove side of Bocek, but Bocek won't let that go.
7:20 still left to go in this first period. One to the side by St. John Fisher. Wilson, ooh, pickpocketed there by the Lakers. Up for Tilly Pethrick now. Pethrick to Power. Julia Power. Quick shot gets redirected high. Wilson will grab it, but it's now for London, Cameron London.
Definitely could have been a cross check there in that corner.
Elizabeth Cooley working with it, just protecting it as she can. Cameron London trying to get her stick in there, but instead it's Fisher getting it up. Power, a shot, gets blocked away by, that's Fiona Sirens, as Elizabeth Cooley gives it to Pethrick. Pethrick now to Cooley. Cooley right on in, a shallow shot, didn't quite have it. Julia Power now. Power loses it, goes to the boards. And grabbing that instead is Ellie Prantner. Off the boards, Julia Power picks it for the Lakers. Cooley, now Pethrick on the near side. Pethrick for Sirens. Sirens in the zone. Shot, save made by Bacek once more. Cordelia Weymouth again. All the way down it'll go. Sydney Pinty chasing after that. And no icing will be called as Leah Coley gets it right into the hands of Evans. Fisher with a quick chance. Denied, though, by the line of Lakers that was set up. Blocked a shot again. And Leah Coley able to get it out and off the boards. Coley now for Sydney Pinty. For Coley. Up now for Alexandra O'Brien. O'Brien into the zone. And having to chase it into the far corner. Still protecting it, though. And to help her is Liliana Ficcaro. Ficcaro. Ooh, gets blocked away by Elena D'Onofrio. Vaccaro, though, able to pick it back up. Fisher off the boards. Van Dam keeps it in right on the blue line. She dumps it back in for Abby Dix to chase. Up the boards it'll go. Right around the hash marks. Another board battle ensues. Taking it out, though, is Aaron Lantry. Over for Van Dam, who keeps it deep. Lantry chasing it. Lantry up the boards instead for Palumbo. Fisher getting it over the near side and out of the zone. But here comes Van Dam trying to get it back in, but not all the Lakers were out of the zone. That's another offsides for Oswego.
It's clear that the Lakers' game plan so far is to forecheck hard on these Cardinals. St. John's Fisher can't get it out of the zone. Every clearing attempt is just a little whiff or a flub or a fan or anything like that. Maybe it's deflected. The Lakers doing a phenomenal job so far on the forecheck.
Brittany Iverson dumping it in. It'll be scooped up by Bryn Batchick again. 14 shots on goal so far on her so far this game. I mean, it's a fantastic performance she's putting on so far.
Absolutely. We expected this. We expected the Lakers to really just downpour on these shots against a new coming team. So Lakers doing a good job so far with their game plan.
Face off one back. A quick shot blocked up by the defenders. Here comes SJF the other way. Stewart dumps it. Around behind DeVivo. Sending it around to Solana Zizzo. Weymouth. Ooh, off of Parenti's mask it looked like as it goes sent back in. Zizzo for Pethrick. Off the boards for Iverson. Iverson tried to get it to some clear ice for Parenti. Rika Belli's able to keep it in though. Chases it into the near corner. Tries to block it, not able to do so. Demirs and Parenti will grab it. Parenti, Pethrick a shot, blocked away. Pethrick another one, it gets redirected wide. Demirs, Zizzo, big shot, save made by Bryn Batchick.
Zizzo's got some shot. That was a hard shot, one of the hardest I've probably seen in a while for the Lakers, and that was just a really good save with the glove by Batchick to glove that down. Saw all of it though.
Yeah, especially that windup. You saw her stick reach for the sky on that one. Wow, what a shot. Face off one to the side by the Lakers, but Fisher will grab it and bring it out themselves. Here comes Prantner. Prantner back towards DeVivo. Quick bit of chaos, but the Cardinals are not able to capitalize. Here comes Natalie Luntz, dumping it in. Lonks keeping it on the boards. Southwick, though, will grab that and send it into the corner. Picking that one back up is Maddie Southwick, the woman from Tupper Lake. It'll go down to DeVivo. Julia Power. Power, long pass for Demirs. Demirs has a chance. Just circles back, waits for her team to come back in and set something up, but just lost an edge on that one. It'll go up for Lantry. Lantry right into the stick of Van Dam. She'll send it the other way. Evans, though, keeping it near the blue line as it gets sent back towards the Fisher end. Joyce up the boards, right in front of the Lakers bench here as Pinty will take it back, lug it herself over the blue line. Gets stopped momentarily by Evans. Majewski will dump it in. They'll regroup momentarily and flood back into the zone. Van Dam keeping it on those boards. It'll go past the blue line once more. Evans will protect it for Fisher. Oh, but we've got a penalty coming up. That one's going to be on Kayla Doer. Now, what's the call? That one's 2 for boarding. Boarding is the call.
That was Cameron Evans right in front of the St. John Fisher's bench. She, a little bit of a turn trying to get that puck, and Doer hit her right from behind, and that is going to be a boarding penalty. So let's see how St. John Fisher wants to go about this power play and what setup they're going to have.
This is a very good opportunity for the Cardinals to maybe pull a fast one on the Lakers here. They've got the man advantage. We'll see what they can do with it. The first one of the game, face off to the left of DeVivo. As it goes back behind the net, the Lakers will get it all the way out. Down the river it'll go. Iverson chasing after it, fighting with Weymouth. Iverson, got a little bit held up there, but she's able to protect it. 2 in the zone, her and Parenti. Up the boards it'll go. Stewart. Passed across. Tried to get it back for her. Brittany Iverson, though, picking it up. Iverson, high and along the glass. It'll go deep into the zone. Already 30 seconds off of that penalty. As Parenti, it was Weymouth, is grabbing Parenti's leg right now. They're trying to get free of each other. Parenti falls down, and here we go the other way. Solana Zizzo's able to break it up. 4-on-3 here in the zone as the two of them come back. Parenti up high. Oh, just didn't have the speed to grab that one. It'll go all the way down. Parenti trying to stop Fisher with whatever strength she has left.
It's a long shift for Parenti. She's got to get off the ice now.
Yeah, replacing her is Megan Smith. As SJF still with 45 seconds on the power play. Fisher again. Evans now down for D'Onofrio. Evans for Turek. Turek down for Knox. Evelyn Knox sending it all the way down. Bryn Batchick will pick that one up and send it out of the zone. Kicking it back in, though, is Sirens, but that one isn't offsides as Sirens was just beyond that blue line.
And you saw the life on the Cardinals bench die after Turek missed that pass in the offensive zone. Those are chances that this Cardinals team really just needs to take advantage of, at least just gain some momentum, and so far the power play just seemed like a dud.
Face off in the neutral zone here with 25 seconds left on the Fisher power play. Weymouth all the way over to the far side here. Leah Coley all the way down again. Stopping that is Bryn Batchick. She'll leave it for Weymouth. Weymouth for Stewart. Cecilia Stewart now up for Ellie Prantner. Prantner dumps it in. The other 26 on the ice will chase it with her, Sydney Pinty. Fisher, as the Lakers returning to full strength here, killing off that penalty very, very well. Leah Coley having to contend below the goal line as the Lakers will break it out. Abby Dix sending it over towards Doer on the far side. Picking it up, however, though, is Fiona Sirens. In the zone they go. Sirens shot just wide. Abby Dix keeps it in. Weymouth sending it high and around the boards as Fisher looks to get it back out. And that will do it for this first period of play here from the Deborah F. Stanley Arena. The score after 20 minutes of play, none for Fisher, none for the Lakers either, which I think is quite a feat for a new team like St. John Fisher.
Absolutely, and I would say these teams skill-wise, I would say is pretty evenly matched. But I think it's just nerves and chemistry that hasn't been built yet for the St. John Fisher Cardinals. And I think in this next period, you're going to see more chemistry coming out.
Well, they've been holding their own, the St. John Fisher Cardinals, keeping the Lakers scoreless after 20 minutes. Don't go away, ladies and gentlemen. We'll send it back up to the perch for our intermission report. You're watching Lakers women's hockey right here on WTOP 10 Sports.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to.
And welcome back into the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Hockey Arena for today's intermission show. First period intermission for the Oswego State Lakers and the St. John Fisher Cardinals. 0-0 is our score currently. And guys, I mean, I thought this was going to be a shootout here.
Yeah, I mean, you saw Oswego dominate the offensive ends. It took about 3 minutes for them to get out of their defensive end, but the second they got it, they pretty much sustained offensive zone time for the entire period. I was really surprised they couldn't tag one. You saw a lot of shots, but I really didn't see too many high danger shots. So,
yeah, and I believe a big part of them not getting a single goal on the board right now is Fisher's goalie, number 31, Bryn McCack. She has made a lot of amazing plays right now. They got 30 shots in total, Oswego do, on the night, and 20 shots on goal. And Bryn McCack has been there at every single one. She's caught some amazing saves. She's just deflected everything. She's playing a really good game for Fisher right now, and she's keeping Fisher in this game while Oswego are dominating the offensive side of things.
Absolutely. Staying on McCack over here, she has 20 saves so far with 20 shots on goal. I don't know about you. I've been here. This is my third year here. I've seen a lot of games. I've never seen the Oswego State Lakers women's team put up 30 shots in one period, let alone 20 of them being on net.
That's what you'll see with the inexperience, that freshman lineup for St. John Fisher. They were pretty organized defensively overall. They got sticks and lanes. They didn't allow too much within going right in the center. But you saw an unbelievable period by that freshman goaltender. First game as a collegiate goaltender. That's unbelievable. 30 saves or 20 saves to start off.
Coming out of Nichols, Bryn McCack, freshman as you mentioned. It's a great showing for her first ever collegiate game. And if she can keep this up, this game might be a little bit different than what we were saying. These predictions might be a little off. Fisher might get a sneaky one if she keeps playing like this. But if they let one in, the momentum might shift, and Oswego might want more and more and more. On top of that, it's a toss-up, really. But I think that McCack is going to be a very big focal point for the rest of this game for the Fisher Cardinals.
Absolutely. And to look over at the other side, Mia DeVivo, she has to be getting a lot of work in tonight. She's only had 2 shots against her, saved both of them. But I will say, I mean, I was working the camera for that first period. I mean, little bit fun, little weird, but so those shots were like some pretty good quality shots. So it's not that St. John Fisher isn't getting those chances, but it's just not a lot.
Yeah, you'd almost argue high danger chances are actually close to even. You saw Oswego's defense do a really nice job handling the pressure, but the things you didn't see were a lot of offensive zone time. A lot of those big chances came off of a one-on-one with a counter because of a mistake by an Oswego defender or a pass that was just miscued. Some of those little early season kinks that you're trying to get out if you're Oswego.
And also, I think the reason DeVivo really isn't getting many shots on target is because of the high press the Lakers are playing right now. They're playing a high line, and that's really not letting the Cardinals get into their defensive third and letting the Oswego Lakers win the ball up high, maybe get the ball, the puck, and maybe see more attacking opportunities from this high press rather than. But if they do get through the high press, if the Cardinals get through, it could be worrisome matters for Oswego when it comes to that defensive third. You understand?
Yeah, absolutely. Now let's take a look at the players themselves. There have been a lot of players that have been getting a lot of shots on goal, but none have come close to Tilly Petrick. She has 5 shots, 3 of them hits getting on net so far. Now I don't know about you, but she's looking like really good out there.
Yes, it's been very impressive. That's a defenseman. That's something you're seeing is Fisher is not blocking a ton of shots. A lot of these shots from the point are going through, and you're getting opportunities from all the defenders who seem to be the ones who are racking up the shots, especially, obviously, Petrick, who's just been slide them to the goaltender. But the thing you haven't seen from Oswego is you haven't seen lots of tips. You haven't seen lots of changing the puck's course to really make it a high-danger chance. It's just kind of going right through everyone.
And I think versatility really is the name of the game. As you said, she's a defenseman, and plenty of these Lakers, they can do everything on the ice. They can go up the ice, they can come down, and a lot of them really can just stay in their positions, maybe make it a little overlapping run down the wing on the ice. And I think, honestly, the versatility from this Laker team is what's kind of showing their dominance over the Fisher Cardinals in this offensive third right now.
Absolutely, versatility is one name in the game, but physicality is another name. I mean, we've seen it all day long so far in that first period. Just a lot of aggressiveness from both teams, just really digging in deep, trying to get the puck, laying out checks, and just overall doing everything they can to like just fight for tooth and nail.
Yeah, the only blemish from Oswego for that first period was that Kayla Dory boarding call. It ended up being a 2-minute penalty. That's just getting a little bit, got caught too far away from the wall, got caught being just a little bit too aggressive, and it killed a little bit of that momentum that they were building throughout the period. But other than that, it was pretty clean, it was pretty aggressive, it was comfortable, and I thought they were kind of flowing pretty naturally on the boards, winning a lot of puck battles.
Yeah, and I was thinking about this game beforehand, and I was like, Fisher probably need to play a little more of a clean game. Oswego didn't have as many penalties as their opponents did last year, 64-81. And I think Fisher, playing the game they are now, haven't gotten a single penalty. Oswego the only one of the entire game. I think that Fisher, if they keep playing this clean way, that power play was probably their best chance at a goal so far this entire time. And I think that if they keep that going and keep playing clean and smart, that could be their way of getting into this game and maybe even taking the lead over the Oswego Lakers, Chris.
Absolutely. So, one last question for you guys before we go. It's going to be a bit of a long one. So, if you were the head coach for either team, what are you telling them right now in the locker room? Nick, I'm going to let you go first.
If I'm talking about the Oswego Lakers really quick, I want to just say keep doing what you're doing. Honestly, everything's going well. All we really need to do, if I'm talking about the coach, all we really need to do is just score. The shots are there. Everything's there. As we mentioned, 30 shots in this entire period. That's ridiculous. Just score, get a shot on goal, keep doing what you're doing. They're playing great. They're playing phenomenal. And for Fisher, they really need to tighten up defensively. Passes need to be strung together. The passes aren't connecting, and that's the major problem. They really just need to find the simple pass out there, and that would be what I would probably say to either teams.
Yeah, if I were the Oswego coach, the first thing I'm going right for is don't change anything. Keep what you're doing, and it will flow. The only thing, and you'll see a lot of coaches want to do the opposite, I would say hold the puck more. Try and be a little bit more creative and force the puck in the middle and down low to get those better chances, because it seems to be just very shoot it from the point, get it on net. You can be a little bit more creative, more getting pucks down in and passing a little extra more, trying to move the Fisher defense. Likewise, if I'm Fisher, I want your defense to be slightly more aggressive. They're kind of tucked in, which causes them to not connect many passes when they receive the puck on their end. And it's kind of just, I would like them to step out a little bit more, because while this is great right now, if they get that goal scored on them, they don't really have many offensive chances to push back on that 1-0 deficit.
Absolutely. So that is going to do it for us here for the intermission show, but do not go anywhere. Second period action with Rob and James is coming up right after these quick messages.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
If you like action, romance,
Polly sister, if you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
what surface is this?
4. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Welcome back up top of the Steve Levy press box. My name is Rob Finger alongside James Fitzpatrick. And we're back here at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena for period 2 of hockey between your Oswego State Lakers and the St. John Fisher Cardinals. That first one was really a message sent by Fisher to the Oswego Lakers here. I mean, they're still in this game. What do we think we're going to see in the last 2 periods here, James?
Well, I think that Fisher's going to come out hard. I think now that they've played a period, the more you play together, the chemistry starts to break out. It seemed like they had a lot of chances to get it down the ice, make a good breakout pass, but they just weren't in sync with each other. But if they talk it over between periods, come out strong, I think they could really test the Lakers this period. But for Oswego, do not let your foot off the gas. Don't start letting up chances or, passing up opportunities to shoot. Put that puck in the net as many times as you can, and don't start playing with them because you thought you dominated them the last period.
Yeah, and speaking of testing, we've got a little bit of a goalie change here. And now in net for the Oswego State Lakers, we've got Erica Finney, number 1, the freshman from Okotoks up in Alberta. She'll be in net for the Oswego State Lakers, and we're expecting that they may do a 3 periods, 3 goalies thing, similar to what the men's team will be doing later tonight. But we'll get started here for period 2 of action here at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena. The Lakers able to get it quickly into that Fisher end, but Fisher getting it out quickly once more. Reckley getting it off the near boards, dumping it into the near zone. Fisher up for D'Onofrio. Now for Weymouth. Weymouth shots. Oh, we've got a penalty early coming up here. It looks like this one's going to be on St. John Fisher. That's going to be number 22, Kira Reckley. 2 minutes for interference.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened in the corner, but it will be interference. It was a good start to the period for Fisher, especially Reckley. She got in on the forecheck. She has been noticeable to start this game. She was really the one player for Fisher that was really getting on the forecheck, playing hard, playing physical, but now she's in the box, so it's going to be a power play for the Lakers early.
Absolutely, as Reckley, one of the most prominent names on the ice so far for the Fisher Cardinals, in the box, and now Oswego gets a chance. A player up as a quick shot from Leah Coley gets redirected up into the netting by Jenna Majewski.
That was the play right there. They wanted Majewski right in front of the net. They set it up well, back and forth between Pinty and Coley, but it was just deflected over the net.
Referees indicating a change in venue. We'll send it over to the right side of Bryn Batchick. Still in net for those St. John Fisher Cardinals. Set long around over towards number 25, Liliana Ficaro. She gets it back below the goal line. Fisher looking to ice it. Pinty, though, stopping that at the blue line. Sydney Pinty for Leah Coley for Pinty. Pinty shot just wide. Erica Parenti. Parenti working it around the circle, up for Pinty. Pinty to Coley. Coley sent right into Majewski, but the redirect did not come as Coley's forced to send it right out. Oh, it gets redirected back towards her, just trying to protect it as she can. And they're able to keep it from going fully across that red line until about now, as Joyce hits it right into the linesman. That's got to hurt. As Pinty will chase it now below the goal line. Sydney Pinty. Up now for Megan Smith. Smith for Brittany Iverson. Iverson off those boards. As now Megan Smith for Van Dam. Van Dam walks it across, looking for an outlet. She finds Shea Jazeel. Out for Megan Smith, a shot just wide. Helen Van Dam had a little bit of half a thought to try and sacrifice that one just to keep it in, but she'll choose to circle it around. Stuffed, though, by Ellie Prantner. As Fisher will send it down, and Finney will stop it.
Yeah, this Lakers second unit looks a lot different than the first unit. The first unit looked like they were just trying to get Majewski in front of that net to get a tip, but this one they have 2 bumpers right in that middle, trying to set up anything they can.
Helen Van Dam circles it for Smith. Smith over to the far side. Lugs it herself over the blue line. Stops. Ooh, pinned though by Stewart. And Fisher will grab that and send it the length of the ice. 3 seconds left in that penalty. And we are even strength as Fisher is able to kill off the power play on the Oswego State Lakers.
That was a good kill by Fisher.
Solana Zizzo, a big hit in on Kira Reckley right as she got out of the box too. Southwick up for Knox. Now up for the Lakers. Here comes Brittany Iverson over the blue line. Tried to fake it through, but didn't quite get her stick on it, as Southwick will pick it back up. Fighting over in the far corner. Board battle, puck is loose. We'll send it around over to the near side. Keeping it in is Tilly Patrick momentarily, but loses that. Here comes Evelyn Knox. Oh, but that one's an offsides, as Ellie Prantner was just over the blue line.
Ellie Prantner was jumpy on that 2-on-1 chance. Really the first big chance, big odd-man rush for Fisher this game. She was slamming her stick. She really wanted that pass, and you really got to be more disciplined there for Fisher. This is your first big opportunity, and now you blew it.
Sometimes in the game of hockey, you just have to be that little bit patient, especially when it comes to offsides like that. As Cunliffe brings it back around for the Lakers, she'll hand it over to Julia Power. Power for Cooley. Back to Power. Power lugs it into the zone herself. Through a couple sticks, she's able to keep it with her, though. Try to get it back for Cunliffe, but it'll go up the boards, and Julia Power just trying to power through and get this puck stayed in that zone, and it will for momentarily. As Fisher breaks it out, Leah Coley stopping it. Julia Power, quick shot, just goes wide of the net. It'll go into the far corner. Natalie Lunks looking to put some pressure on. Now O'Brien does in the near corner. O'Brien circles back, looking for an outlet. She's got a cycle, and now up to Power. Back to O'Brien, redirected as it gets toe saved by Bryn Batchick. O'Brien once more. Around Batchick's net, trying to come in tight, but she's just stopped at the other side of the net, and the Fisher Cardinals will get it out. Sydney Pinty stopping behind Finney. Julia Power back up for O'Brien, and now for Sirens. Sirens for Natalie Lunks. Lunks stops, gets it taken off her stick. Demers, though, looks to keep it in. Katie Demers with Chin Girding there. Sienna Chin Girding as it goes over towards the far side. Abby Dix hands it to Van Dam. Van Dam up the boards. It'll go deep in the zone. Chasing after that is Cameron London. Abby Dix now for Van Dam. Van Dam sends it around. Over to the far side this time for Nicole Doringer. Kept in, though, by Demers is Van Dam. Now London, now Van Dam. Van Dam backhand, tipped away by the pad of Batchick. Kept in by the Lakers once more. Shea Jazeel walks over for Abby Dix. Jazeel takes over. Quick shot in, stopped by a skate. Fluffy pass there. Sienna Chin Girding gets it out. Dumped in there by Nicole Doringer.
We're starting to see the Lakers spreading the puck around more. In that first period, Fisher did a good job holding the Lakers at the line. They had to utilize the dump and chase more, but this period, the Lakers have done a good job carrying it into the zone themselves.
Sent all the way down. That one's an icing. And that one will go all the way back down into the Lakers' end with 13:56 left to go in this second period.
The Lakers are starting to pick up the pace a little bit, and that penalty by Reckley in that opening shift really just drained the momentum, and that's really the name of the game for this sport. I mean, hockey is a momentum game, so Fisher's got to find a way to get that back.
Fisher up to Reckley now. Reckley, a shot redirected. Oh, gloved up by Erica Finney. She's not able to catch it, but she keeps it out of the net. Tilly Patrick trying to get it out however she can. Demers helping her out here on the near side. Demers now with it. Up the boards for Reckley. Gives it to Stewart. Stewart down for Grant. Now Abby Dix. Dix now for Demers. Up the near boards. Over the red line, she'll dump. The rest of the Lakers go to change here. Full sail line change for the Oswego State Lakers. Oh, intercepted. Here they come. Shot. Oh, wow. Holy. Got it over the net. Jenna Majewski. Wow. Erica Parenti Up for Coley. Now a shot off the stick of Prantner. As Parenti, looking for it. She lost it. It's now right next to her. Now for Majewski. Up for Coley. Little bit of chaos here as Pinty took a shot. Save made. And it's redirected into the far corner. Southwick. For Alexandra. And Elena D'Onofrio. Wow, what a chaotic sequence of events in the Fisher end, but they're able to clear it.
Yeah, that's one place you don't want to put the puck up the middle of the ice. You learned that in Pee Wee hockey, and that was a huge mistake, and they're lucky that Majewski just shot it over the net.
Vaccaro into the zone for the Lakers. Shot, blocker, save by Bryn Batchick. Vaccaro, gets the chance again, tried to deke it, but just too many Cardinals around her, and here comes SJF again. Aaron Lantry dumps it in. Hallen Van Dam now up for 25. Liliana Vaccaro. It'll go long down. Stopping that, though, is Bryn Batchick. She'll keep it in play. SJF. Here's Iverson right in the center. Van Dam shot, save made. It's rebounded, though. Will the whistle be called? It finally will. Bryn Batchick holding her ground in that crease.
And those are another chance that for the Lakers, as I said at the top of the show, in the just coming into the second period, don't pass up big opportunities. That was a perfect play for Brittany Iverson to shoot the puck. She passes it up. It wasn't a great pass, and it winds up becoming another chance, but those are chances you got to take a shot on.
Stewart bringing it in for SJF. Tilly Pethrick trying to stop her at the blue line, but instead it's Ricabelli. Ricabelli back for Tilly Pethrick. Pethrick takes it up the far side, looking for a little bit more open space. Gets it taken away from her at the red line. Here comes Cecilia Stewart. Hit on Finney. Shot, save made by Erica Finney.
A bad turnover there in neutral ice. Great job by Stewart being behind the play there.
Here's Reckley. Grant shot, save made by Finney again, and the Albertan keeps it at zeros.
All of a sudden, the momentum switching here. The past couple chances have been all Fisher, and they've been good chances that Finney's really had to stand tall on. The Lakers got to do a better job getting this puck out, getting it up the ice. You got to have the defenseman back at all times. You can't let someone behind you.
Won by Fisher, quick shot, and saved again by Erica Finney. She'll freeze that one with 10:56 left to go in period number 2. Still no score here from the Dabber F. Stanley Arena. The shot column, 23 so far for the Lakers, only 8 for St. John Fisher, but that is a lot better than they were doing at the start of the first period. Sent over to the near side, Sydney Pinty. Back over for Hallen Van Dam. Van Dam. Intercepted there by Fisher. Taking it back is Jaylee Wilson. Around the Lakers, able to recover. Off the stick of Cooley. Southwick back up for Cooley as it gets kicked up by Doer. Doer again. Below the goal line. Sets it up. Sydney Pinty able to stop it. Pinty back for, Georgia Cunliffe able to get a shot off as Doer recovers. Now over for Shea Jazeel. Jazeel in for Cunliffe. It goes off of her stick. Fisher is able to recover and get it out. Exactly halfway through this second period here as Sydney Pinty working it over to Shea Jazeel. Up and out of the zone, long up the near boards. As he gets stopped once again by the linesman. Palumbo fighting for it as well as Fisher is able to get it out of the scrum. Evans on the far side, up for Lantry. Here they come, the Cardinals, quick shot. Blocked away by a defender. As Solana Zizzo falls over Lantry in the corner. Up for Evans' shot, Finney a save.
Someone's got to be in the middle of the ice there. The Lakers are leaving too many people open.
Fisher up the boards. Almost steamrolled there by Solana Zizzo as the Lakers are able to recover. Here comes Fiona Sirens over to the near side. D'Onofrio chasing after it with Natalie Lunks. Lunks for O'Brien. O'Brien takes it out, backhands it off the stick though of Bryn Batchick. And the Cardinals will get it off the boards. Kept in though. Fiona Sirens. Back up. Kept it in just is Solana Zizzo as it goes off of Pethrick's stick. just deeper into the zone. Fisher, though, will recover and get it out momentarily.
The passing seems a lot better for Fisher this period.
Sirens, Lunks, shot just wide. The Sirens goes to pick it back up again. Over for Power. Back for Sirens. Around towards that far boards. Lunks able to steal it, but Palumbo just able to get it out. Katie Demers for Pethrick. Tilly Pethrick for Julia Power. Power, Demers on the near side. Off the boards, back for London. Cameron London, a shot. Gets blocked away by, I believe that's number 25, Caitlin Sear. As again, Fisher able to recover it and get it out of the zone. Tilly Pethrick grabbing that for Abby Dix, who just popped back over the blue line. They'll have to regroup. Tilly Pethrick again. Pethrick backhanded into the zone, stopped by the skate of Brooklyn Joyce. Grant across now for Cecilia Stewart. Leah Coley now for Cameron London. Into the zone she'll come. London alone. Around into the corner she'll go. Abby Dix chasing. Up the boards it'll go into Pinty's hands. Now back around for Cameron London below the goal line. Tried to hand it off instead to Liliana Ficcaro, but Fisher will grab that, send it up the boards. Just keeping it in though is Ficcaro, but it squirts out off the skate of Grant. Sophie Grant. Ooh, Leah Coley able to steal it away from her. Oh, as Reckley takes it back. Finney stones her though. As Fisher will possess it. From the top, shot, save made, it's still there, and covering it is Erica Finney.
Reckley has been the most noticeable player for Fisher so far this game. Despite her penalty, she has been unbelievable, speedy. She's playing well physically. She's getting all these chances, and if there's one player you got to watch out for on the ice, it is her.
Face off to the right of Erica Finney as he gets one to the side by the Lakers. Liliana Ficcaro picking it up on the near side. Helen Van Dam trying to get it up the boards instead, but it's Lily Ficcaro. Now for Jenna Majewski on the far side. Erica Parenti. Parenti back over for Van Dam. Van Dam, ooh, a big board battle. Majewski, a big hit as he gets sent back down towards Ellie Prantner again. Majewski and Van Dam still fighting for it. Majewski comes out with it, tried to get it to Parenti, but it's kept in by Jaylee Wilson. Van Dam, Ficcaro, touch to Parenti. Parenti across now for Jazeel. Shea Jazeel in the zone, shot blocked away by Bryn Batchick. Parenti will pick it up. Now for Tilly Pethrick. Tried to walk it in, but denied entry by Ellie Prantner. A sent around. Is it by the Lakers? Tilly Pethrick, a good opportunity. Waits for Solana Zizzo, but just a little bit early before Solana Zizzo's entry to the zone here, as Pethrick will pick it back up. Tilly Pethrick off the glass for Brittany Iverson. Hops over her stick. Palumbo will hand it to Andrea Fernandez. All the way down the river it'll go. That'll be another icing. We'll head back into the St. John Fisher end.
I don't like how casual the Lakers are playing right now. Everything seems to just be, a little pass that they think that's going to be, right to their teammate, but everything is being picked off, and the Fisher playing way too hard for them to just be playing like this.
Face off one to the side by Fisher. Sent around. Solana Zizzo tried to swipe at it, but instead got put into the boards. Back up towards Solana Zizzo. She's looking to get control of it, trying to redeem herself, protect it with her skate. It'll squirt out towards the goal line to be taken back there by Fisher. Off the boards it'll go, up into the hands of Palumbo. Rika Belli trying to break it up. Instead it's Iverson sending it around. Megan Smith chasing. Back up the boards it'll go. Out of the zone, Rika Belli. Now gets it to Leah Coley. Power. Now Coley. Coley up for Brittany Iverson. Iverson over the blue line.
Delayed penalty on Fisher.
Oh yeah, we've got a penalty coming up as Weymouth stops that one.
It's going to be too many men.
Yeah.
right in front of that bench. The Cardinals were all changing. There's too many of them on at one point, and they got called for it. I was going to point it out, but it was very obvious.
And that'll be a too many men penalty on the St. John Fisher Cardinals. Just a little bit of confusion during those line changes. And even just one player getting confused can cause something like that. So bench minor for Fisher. They'll figure out who exactly to send over there, as the referee's having to explain the situation to head coach Scott McDonald over on the Fisher side.
Well, last power play we saw in the first unit for the Lakers, they had Jenna Majeski in front of the net. This time they got Majeski on the bench. So it's going to be interesting to see how this first unit will go about this, if they want to go where that second unit had, where they had two guys in the bumper and trying to get one on the tip and one on a one-timer.
Sienna Chin Girding will be the one to serve that bench minor as he gets sent out by Fisher here. They'll win that faceoff. And they will start off their penalty kill by winning that and sending it into the Lakers' end. Sydney Pinty over for Leah Coley. Coley long all the way across for Leah Elizabeth Cooley. Now for Pinty again, back to Coley. Biding their time. Elizabeth Cooley. Now up for Cunliffe. Georgia Cunliffe circles back, hands it to Pinty. They'll set it up in the zone. Coley has some space, instead gives it towards Cooley, losing that as Fisher trying to recover it, but instead it's Elizabeth Cooley picking it up. Pinty for Coley. Coley for one, scores! Kayla Doer, the first one to break the silence after almost 2 periods.
What a pass there by Coley. It went right through the seam of the defenders, right through his stick, and it was an even better shot there. The Lakers finally beat Bocic up high on that blocker side. And as I was saying before, everything was low. As soon as it gets high, that's when Bocic has trouble. What a shot. Great power play for the Lakers.
And Kayla Doer, the freshman from New Lenox in Illinois, breaks the silence here. We finally get a goal on the board. O'Brien for Lunks. That'll go over to the far boards. And the power play goal as well. And finally, the 25th shot is the one that finally gets past Bryn Bocic. And like you said, what a pass that was as well, right across the center as they'll try something again. Van Dam, shot, save made by Bocic. What a shot to, what a save. What a pushover by Bryn Bocic to keep that one at 1.
Yeah, going back to that power play, that was the setup. They wanted Doer on that other circle for that cross shot with the left-handed shot on the right-handed circle. It was perfect right over that blocker. You couldn't ask for a better drawn-up play.
Face off one to the side by Fisher. As again, they'll work it in the near corner. Up the boards, Van Dam able to stop it. It's Sirens instead who picks it up. Van Dam, a shallow shot off the tip of the pad of Bryn Bocic. As it goes back down, and here comes Kira Reckley the other way, one-on-one with Helen Van Dam. Reckley, backhander for Grant. No shot will come. Helen Van Dam picks it up and tries to calm it down for the Lakers. As, ooh, dangerous territory. Sirens able to grab it. And it's Van Dam who takes it. 2-on-2, Natalie Lunks with her. A quick weave here. Van Dam puts a shot on it, just goes wide. Natalie Lunks, ooh, giving it up to Elena D'Onofrio there. Tilly Patrick will pick it up. Patrick, Solana Zizzo. Now for Abby Dix. Dix into the zone. Below the goal line it'll go. Jaylee Wilson picking it up. Cameron London, however, for the Lakers. London around for Tilly Patrick. She'll try and find an outlet. She'll put it back into the corner. Katie Demers will grab it. Demers sending that around that far corner. Cameron London picking it up, just trying to get it to an outlet. London able to stay with it. Takes it across the blue line, but just loses it. It'll go into the neutral zone. Solana Zizzo will pick it up. Now for London again. For Abby Dix, chasing it into the zone. Up the boards. London keeps it in. Cameron London going after it as he gets sent over to the far side. Picking it up instead is Jaylee Wilson. Prantner up for now Power. Power now to Lily Ficcaro. Ficcaro, shot! Save made by the glove of Bryn Batchick.
This seems like the Fisher team we saw in the first period where everything seemed sloppy and momentum just really shifted after that goal.
Well, to keep the Oswego State Lakers to only one goal with 1 minute left to go in this second period, that's quite a feat for especially a new program like St. John Fisher. Here comes Liliana Ficcaro, though, trying to change that. Tried to get it to Majewski. It just goes wide. Erica Parenti this time. Parenti, Ficcaro off her skate. Oh, but Power couldn't get the shot off. We've got a penalty coming up. It's under Power, and that one will be whistled down. We've got 2 for hooking on St. John Fisher, and that'll be Cameron Evans going to the box.
This is one that Fisher needs to kill off. This would be a punch in the gut if a goal comes in the next 38 seconds. At least get the ice clean and get to the next period and kill that off then. But right now, worry about this 38 seconds. Protect the net, protect the passes across the ice. Don't let them go east to west on you.
Power to Coley. Coley shot, scores! Lauren Ricabelli. What a tip right in front, and she's able to put 2.
For the first, pretty much the whole game, the Lakers have gone to the front of the net looking for these deflections, trying to get a lucky bounce in some way, and it was a great deflection there by Ricabelli. That was a perfect deflection, but the problem was the Fisher defense didn't react to it. You got to get under her stick just in time for that, and they didn't. They weren't there.
And talking about wasting no time on that power play, as here comes Sirens, backhander, gloved up by Bryn Batchick. But yeah, probably about maybe 10 seconds spent in the box by Cameron Evans on that power play.
Yeah, I mean, that's a penalty that you can't take at the end of a period, and it's a goal you cannot let up. Momentum will come your way if you kill that off going into the third period. But now, I mean, this seems like a disaster for Fisher. I don't know how they'll react in this third period coming up.
Now down below the goal line. Sending it around to the near side here. Fisher just trying to get it out of their zone. 5 seconds left. Ellen Van Dam keeps it in. And that'll do it for the first 2 periods here at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena. The score after 2 periods, it's 2 for the Oswego State Lakers, winning about the last 4 minutes of play. None for St. John Fisher so far. Shots on goal, 30 for the Lakers, 12 for the St. John Fisher Cardinals. And that last 4 minutes, I mean, talk about a breakdown here, James.
Yeah, I think coaching really played a big role in this. Head coach Mark Digsby, he did a great job telling his team to adjust. They did a great job adjusting, and that's what St. John's Fisher has to do next period coming up. They have to learn to adjust to the Lakers' play in this upcoming period.
Absolutely. 2-0 is the score after the end of 40 minutes of play. We'll go to break, but don't go away. We've got our intermission reports coming up, so we'll send it back up to the perch. You're watching Lakers women's hockey right here on WTOP 10 Sports.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to.
And welcome back into the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Hockey Arena up at the Perch for your second intermission report. I'm still Chris DeLuca. That's still Cole Fleming. I still haven't figured out if that's Nick Setter. But guys, that was a lot different of a second period than the first.
Oh yeah, I think that massive momentum shift by Oswego. Oswego obviously leading 2-0 now as we go into the third period. Phenomenal play. A lot of power plays. They had 2 power plays on the in the period, I believe, 2 or 3, and worked off both of them beautifully. And that's what I said at the start. I said Fisher playing. They had to play a clean game. They had to play a clean game to get out of this and keep a momentum shift. They didn't play that clean game, and it led to those 2 goals. And Oswego, it's all Oswego right now.
Oh yeah, just like you said, 3 power plays. They converted on 2 of them. So both of the Oswego goals were power play goals, which is coming in big, of course, by freshmen. That's a big story to talk about. But you saw the power plays worked out well. They got people in front of the net. They got the defense moving, and then they found the finishing touch on both right in front of the net.
Absolutely. And let's take a second to really take a look at those goals, those 2 power play goals right there. That first one in the second period, 16-19 into the second by Kayla Dorr, freshman, as we were saying, with a beautiful shot. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was beautiful. Assisted by Sydney Pinty and Leah Coley, a sophomore and a junior respectively. And then that second goal in the last minute of play, 19:28 into the period, another power play goal by Lauren Riccobelli, another freshman with a beautiful tip in front. Looked like shades of Chris Kreider over there. Oh, yeah. And had it assisted by Leah Coley again. So just beautiful goals by them.
Yes, very much. I really liked what I saw on those power plays. Of course, at the end of the period, they kind of found that energy, found that little bit of extra push. Of course, Lauren Riccobelli was my player of the game, so I'd like to take a little credit for that. But other than that, we saw Kayla Dory rebound off of the power play, like committing the penalty in the first period, rebounded really nicely, scoring the first goal of the season for the Oswego Lakers.
Yeah, and I want to take a moment to talk about Leah Coley right now. Coley, 2 assists on the day, 2 assists, 2 goals. She's been the definition of what you call a playmaker right now. Everything is coming through her and facilitating through her. Coley's going to be a very good bright spot for the rest of the season for Lakers if she keeps playing like she's playing today.
Absolutely. And this is not to take away from the St. John Fisher Cardinals. They had a great second period up until those moments, getting a lot of shots on net. What do you think the Cardinals need to change going to this third period after having what was considered their best second period, best period yet?
Definitely got to stay out of the box, stop the silly errors. Of course, the first penalty was when they were with the puck in the offensive zone, a silly interference call. Stuff like that you got to clean up. Of course, really, like you said, big, really good second period, shots 10-7. Like, you want to build off that, but they got to limit the penalties and keep the offensive momentum.
I completely agree, Cole. It's got to be a clean game. I said it once, I've said it twice. I might have said it 3 times even, actually. But it's got to be a clean game. Shots, they shot a lot better. I think they doubled their shots from the first period. And, it's just really got to be a clean game for the Cardinals if they really want to get back into this. This game is in no way, shape, or form over yet. And I think that Cardinals really got to just kind of focus in on how they really want to come at this third period. And it's not over. The Cardinals could maybe make an amazing play here, but the Oswego Lakers don't want that to happen. They're going to shut down all hopes, and that's what they're going to go into the third period looking like.
Absolutely. And Bassick has been just stellar for the St. John Fisher Cardinals.
Yes.
I mean, 28 shots against I mean, that normally you might see that in an NHL game and say that's the whole game.
Yeah.
She's dealt with that in just 2 periods of play. I mean, Oswego just being relentless on them. So, how important has Bassick been to the St. John Fisher team?
Yeah, I think it's helped a ton. Like, it brings a lot of confidence in the defense and a lot of comfortability when they're in the defensive zone that they're going to get a result out of their goaltender, which means they can push the puck up easier without worrying about making a mistake, which has caused their offensive zone time to increase, their shots to increase, and really looking much more even to Oswego during that second period.
And I think that the goaltender is the core of that team. If you don't have a good goaltender, you're not going to have a good team because you're going to let up goals, and it's going to lead to just losing. What she's been able to do this entire game has kept them in this game and kept them like motivated to kind of just spew out a few more chances, get a little more attacking. And because if a player plays this good, you don't want to lose that game. As a team, you want to rally around that player and work off the momentum they have given you to build to a better team and a better showing for this team.
Yeah, absolutely. And now let's go back to about those power plays. You said already, Cole, they have to stop taking those lousy penalties for the Cardinals. But Oswego going 2 for 3 on the power play. I mean, you're a big hockey fan. Nick, I know you're a decent hockey fan. I mean, power play is just killer when it comes to these kinds of situations.
Oh yeah, especially when you finally have gotten momentum. A part of the getting the penalties is the putting a little extra pressure, putting a little more aggression towards it. But of course, 2 for 3 in power plays to start the season is very good. Sometimes you can see a little bit of a disconnect between the units, but I thought it was very impressive the way they handled the puck in the offensive zone and really created high danger chances.
And as you said, yeah, I'm a decent hockey fan, but if you look at any other sport, when you're a man or a woman down in any sport, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a very difficult process to get through. And I believe that it's going to be a very difficult process to get back into this game if they keep making penalties like that and they keep having no prowess when it comes to just staying into the game. Mentality is such a huge part in any sport you play, especially hockey. And they really just got to stay calm, realize that there's a couple... stay calm, my apologies. Realize there's a couple processes they need to get through and just kind of ease themselves back into this game, especially when this third period comes to show. Absolutely.
And final question here before we send it to a break. We already figured out what you guys would say if you're the St. John Fisher coach. I'm going to ask it again. Excuse me. What is the Oswego coach saying to the players in the locker room?
I think the Oswego coach is saying that, yes, this is what we need. Keep doing it. As we said in the first period, Cole, it's the same thing. You just keep playing like this. You're going to get results. They're playing so good possession-wise, shot-wise. Everything that they're doing is what you want to do as a hockey team. And I believe that this coach is literally just saying, don't change a thing. Don't get excited. Don't get cocky. Just keep the mentality, keep the play, keep everything the same way it has been for these last 2 periods, and they're going to come out as winners.
Yep. I would agree. I'd build on that. I'd say they're very comfortable with their defensive unit, not even a freshman on that team. They're going out and saying, this is where we wanted to be when we were going into the third period. We just have to play our game. Now it's time for the freshmen to take over and maybe pile on a few and just let the defense do what they do and really take over the defensive side and not let up anything else.
Absolutely. And I know I said that was going to be the last question, but you know what? I'm going to change script. We're going to do a little off script here. Who would you say is your MVP for each team as of this moment?
That's a real good question, Chris. As of right now, I mentioned her once already. I'm going to say it's Leah Coley. Leah Coley, 2 assists. And, like, a playmaker is so important in hockey. Okay, yes, the person who gets the goal ends up in the newspaper. The person who gets the goal gets the spotlight. But that assist playmaking, everything about that is so crucial to the game. And I believe that Coley has done that perfectly so far this entire game. And in my opinion, my MVP for this entire game has been Leah Coley.
I'd build on that. I would agree. For St. John Fisher, I'd say it's Sophie Grant. She's got a ton of shots on goal. She's got 4 shots on goal, almost half of their shots on goal. She's got a block. She's got some good ice time. She's looked impressive when she's been out there. So I've been really impressed with how Sophia Grant has played for St. John Fisher.
You know, I will say, I did mention Sophie Grant as a player to watch for today. I'm just saying, I might have been onto something. But I mean, we will see in this third period. Will the Cardinals be able to come back? Will the Lakers be able to hold their lead? Only one way to find out, and that's to stay tuned right here, right now on WTOP 10.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
If you like action, romance,
sister. If you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
surface is this.
4. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Welcome back up top of the Steve Levy press box. My name is Rob Finger alongside James Fitzpatrick, and we're back for period 3 of hockey between your Oswego State Lakers and the St. John Fisher Cardinals. And speaking of the St. John Fisher Cardinals, apparently I have been mispronouncing the goalie's name this whole time. I looked at the comment section of our YouTube stream, actually, and one of our lovely commenters actually was able to tell me the real pronunciation. It's Bryn Basak. Bryn Basak. So thank you very much, commenter. You know who you are. So we will be going forward with Bryn Basak in goal for the St. John Fisher Cardinals, and especially going into this next period here, she's going to have to do a lot of work keeping her team into this game here, as if she hasn't been doing a lot of work so far here.
Yeah, we do apologize to Bryn Basak, especially because she has done her job here tonight, especially the best player on the ice so far for the St. John Fisher Cardinals. But coming into this period, they got to stop relying on her to make the big saves, because now it's time to score goals. Now it's time to be aggressive, get these passes down point like they did earlier in that second period before that first Lakers goal, where the momentum just completely fell apart for the Cardinals. And the Cardinals got to come into this period with heart, determination, and know that this is the last period for them, and they got to start scoring now.
Absolutely. As we get things started for period number 3, we'll come to the center here. And speaking of goaltenders as well, we were talking about Bryn Basak on the other side. We've got Ava Christensen, the new goaltender for the Oswego State Lakers, in goal for this third period. We had DeVivo, number 1. We had Erica Finney, number 2. And Ava Christensen in for this third period. And the first two did pretty well here, James. So we'll hope that Ava Christensen can keep it going here.
Yeah, I mean, DeVivo wasn't really tested as much, but I thought Finney was fantastic. She made a lot of great saves right in the point-blank shot area of the middle of the slot from the Cardinals, excuse me. So let's see what Christensen has for us here.
As we get things started in this third period of play, Fisher already pretty aggressive here. As once more, below the goal line they'll go. Working it around, Megan Smith putting on some pressure, but it'll come out to the defenders. Weymouth, a shot blocked away by Elizabeth Cooley, and she's got some space here, but just not the speed for it, as Elena D'Onofrio able to turn it back the other way. Pinty back up the other way. Sydney Pinty into the corner it'll go. O'Brien back along that Near side boards. O'Brien still with it in that near corner. Natalie Lunks able to pickpocket it away. Oh, the pass just intercepted. O'Brien's able to recover it though. Alexander O'Brien coming in close. Basak able to stop it as it goes out to the far boards and out of the zone long down the other way.
It was a good save by Basak right on that post. Good job hugging the post right there on that close-in shot by O'Brien. That rebound was loose for a while, but it was just cleared out. Good job by the Cardinals D.
Alexander O'Brien, again, able to dump it in. Below the goal line it'll go. Joyce looking to grab that for Fisher. Squirt it out towards the center. Picking it up again is Brooklyn Joyce. Ooh, under pressure there from Cameron London, though. Natalie Lunks there, too. Solana Zizzo, a quick shot just wide of the net. In close, though, and just gets wide that shot from Cameron London. Tilly Pethrick, though, for London. Oh, hops over his stick. Southwick will pick it up. Trying to get it down the boards anyway. London, towards Majewski in the center. Save made by Bryn Basak.
Cameron London's flying here. She's got confidence.
Abby Dix for Majewski now. Majewski sent back up the boards. Tilly Pethrick able to keep it below those hash marks. Over to the far side, Jaylee Wilson off those boards. Looking to keep it in anyway with Solana Zizzo. It'll pop out, but gets sent back right in. Joyce will send it up the boards, though. Here comes Erin Lantry. Lantry, gets tripped up. That'll be a call. We've got an arm raised. And that'll be a 2-minute tripping penalty here on the Oswego State Lakers. And I believe that one will be on, as we don't have one going to the box quite yet. We've got to figure out who it is. I believe that will be Abby Dix going to the box for the Oswego State Lakers.
A little unlucky for Dix. Fisher cutting right across the ice. Dix didn't really make a move, but caught her with the legs, so it's going to be a tripping penalty.
Sent all the way down to Basak by the Oswego State Lakers. Cordelia Weymouth. Gets just a big hit there laid by Georgia Cunliffe. A shot just goes wide. Back around to the near side. Lakers killing off the penalty. Cunliffe sends it back into that far corner. She'll go get a change herself. Fisher, poked away there by Brittany Iverson. Weymouth will have to circle back. Weymouth for Kira Reckley. Reckley, the Texan from Frisco. Leah Coley back off those backboards. Sent over to the near corner. Demirs up the boards. Weymouth across. Shot. Blocked away. Still there, though. It gets put into the corner. Julia Power sends it up. Coley tries to get it out. Kept in, though, Ellie Pranter. And it gets sent around the other way. Weymouth keeps it in. Off the boards for Julia Power for the Lakers. Up the boards. Now Weymouth. Weymouth across for Elena D'Onofrio. Up the boards. Little collision there over in front of the Fisher bench here. D'Onofrio now around for Fisher. Josie Palumbo. Now down to Evelyn Knox. Turek. Dumped in. Now Julia Power. Power off the boards. Long out of the zone. 19 seconds left to go in the Oswego Lakers penalty here.
The Cardinals are just failing to find open space on this power play. The Lakers are playing an aggressive defensive style on this penalty kill. That leaves someone open at all times, but the Cardinals just can't find that player.
2 seconds left, and we will return to full strength here as number 22, Abby Dix, gets released from the penalty boxes. Here comes Natalie Lunks. Lunks deep in the zone, below the goal line, having to fend for it. Up the boards it'll go. Couple Lakers in to help. But it hops off and over the stick of Kayla Doer. And around it comes Sydney Pinty. Now for Helen Van Dam. Van Dam in the zone, backhanded, just gets popped away from her. As Lunks tries to keep it in deep. Helen Van Dam trying to stop the progress. Up the boards it'll go, it'll pop out of the zone. Van Dam reversing it. Ooh, Megan Smith had to wait just a minute to touch that one. Kept along the blue line, but squirts out back towards the Lakers net here. Sydney Pinty reverses it for Shea Jazeel. Jazeel skates up for Megan Smith now. Smith on the near side, over the blue line, dumps it in. Around it'll go for Jaylee Wilson. Into the far corner. Fisher looking to break it out. High up and reaching for the sky for that one was Shea Jazeel. Didn't quite grab it. Instead it'll be Solana Zizzo going back for it. Around the net of Christensen. Zizzo backwards skating here. Just able to keep it in her possession. Jenna Majewski now. What the pass that was. Now up for Parenti. Parenti able to stay with it. Reverses for Majewski. Majewski towards the center. It's there. Shot over the net and up into the protective netting.
That looked like Basak might have gotten a piece on that just in front of the crease. What an opportunity for the Lakers. Those are the chances they want, while the Cardinals still fail to find that open forward for the Lakers right in front of the net. Their defenders just oblivious of those Lakers in front, and that was just a really good chance for the Lakers. And let's see if they can keep building on those.
Face off to the left of Bryn Basak. We'll change the center here as he gets one back by the Lakers to Tilly Pethrick, who sends it in around to the far corner. Cameron London over to the near side now. Abby Dix goes for it. Tilly Pethrick able to just keep it in. Fisher, though, looking to get their sticks on it. Instead, it's Cameron London. London back behind the net. Majewski for Abby Dix. Now for Majewski. Shot just wide. Around for Cameron London. London circling to Power. Julia Power just gets a shot on, but it's blocked by D'Onofrio. Dix for Power. Over towards the near side. Jenna Majewski dealing with Weymouth. Now it's Patrick at the top. Shot right into Cameron London. She tries to shoot it, but it gets stuffed by a defender. Backhander into the glove of Bryn Basak.
How about the aggression from the Lakers, especially Cameron London, who I shouted out before. She's flying. She's all over the ice this game. And what a chance for her diving for that puck, and just a good save by Basak, although the shot really wasn't that powerful, but what a chance there for London.
Cameron London taking over the number 2 of Mac Hull that was worn last year, so big shoes to fill, but still, I think she's fitting them pretty well. Sent all the way down. And that one will be an icing. We'll go all the way down to the St. John Fisher end with 12:22 left to go in period number 3.
That one looked like it was deflected at center ice. Might have just been before the red line. And it'll be another offensive opportunity here for the Lakers. They're just going to keep getting shots. This already 34 shots on goal here in this one.
Face-off won by Fisher. Oh, to Ricabelli, though. Walking in, shot, save made Basak. As it goes back off the glass. Oh, Sydney Pinty trying to keep it in. Pinty on the near side now. Sydney Pinty keeping it in. Comes around, shot, save made Basak. She's able to push over and grab that one.
At this point, it looks like the Lakers are just trying to get out of this one. I mean, this one is just dominant in the third period. Really, I think the Cardinals just can't keep up anymore. The Lakers are built with speed and energy and stamina, and they will drain you, and that's what they're doing right here.
Weymouth with it in that far corner, sent all the way around. Shea Jazeel trying to keep it in. Instead, it's Joyce. It's Cordelia Weymouth. Weymouth up now for Erin Lantry. Lantry now for Joyce. Brooklyn Joyce on the near side. Off those boards it'll go, deep into the zone. Low of the goal line, Helen Van Dam chasing it. Instead it's Shea Jazeel sending it to the far side. Joyce up for Weymouth. Kept in. Now for Cameron Evans. Ooh, out of the blue line that one went. Cordelia Weymouth, I think, tried to play it off a little bit, but the linesmen have a keen eye for things like that.
Yeah, some of these passes are just in the feet or out of reach for the Cardinals, and it seems like they're just shooting themselves in the foot with a couple of these chances. They really got to start putting pressure on and getting these on goal.
Below the goal line it'll go. Ooh, and tripping over that one was Solana Zizzo. But still working with it. In the back is Tilly Pethrick. Brittany Iverson. Zizzo trying to get it out. Gets back on her stick. And sent over to the far side now for Liliana Ficaro. Pethrick off those far boards all the way down into the zone. No icing called. Brittany Iverson up the near boards. Drop for Cunliffe. Cunliffe shot! Save made by Basak. It'll go over to the far boards. Cunliffe again just trying to pickpocket it around. Liliana Ficaro keeping that along the boards. Board battle ensuing here. Cunliffe comes out with it. Sent back towards Ficaro. It gets back into the hands of the Cardinals. They'll send it for Nicole Doringer. Doringer tried to dump it in, get it past Solana Zizzo, but not so fast. As Brittany Iverson's able to get it off her stick. Ooh, a little bit of open ice here. And the race was won by Turek. Cunliffe, though, trying to steal it back away. Here they come again. Directly shot. Save made by Ava Christensen. Turek. Now for Iverson. Iverson up the ice here a little slowly. They send it right in on Basak. She turns it away. Oh, a wraparound. Didn't quite have the wrap in it. Doer. Across for Power. Power for Iverson. Iverson now around for Megan Smith. Smith having to contend with it in that near corner. As now Grant coming around with it. Sophie Grant. Oh, by Elizabeth Cooley. It's right in front. In some feet. Diving for that one and covering it up is Bryn Basak.
Someone's really got to buy Basak a steak dinner after this one. This has been a clinic by the Lakers. Shots on goal after shots on goal. So many turnovers so far here in this third period. Too many turnovers by the Cardinals. And they're really just shooting themselves in the foot defensively.
38 of them to be exact. 38 shots on goal so far for the Oswego State Lakers. So almost a .950 on the night. Oh, but we've got a penalty coming up. That one's going to be on Kayla Doer. And let's see what they'll call for this one. That'll be interesting to see if they do call a boarding.
That would be the second boarding of the night. The first one was actually called a rough. It could have gone either way, though. But plays against the boards is what really the Lakers are fighting against themselves right now so far.
2 minutes for cross-checking is the call, and Doer is certainly not happy with this one. Throwing up her hands at that and taking a seat in the penalty box for the next 2 minutes. Turek, a shot save made by Ava Christensen, and it almost was more like 2 seconds in the box with a shot like that. Basak stopping that for Elena D'Onofrio. Turek. Casey Turek up now for Palumbo. Palumbo shot. Save made. Kicked away. Oh, and we've got another penalty coming up. This one will be on the Lakers again. 2 minutes for interference. And that's Alexandra O'Brien, I believe. Or no, that's Katie Demers, number 11. Going to the box, and we've got a player down below the goal line. Things going a little bit from bad to worse for both sides here, it seems.
And the Lakers sticking with that aggressive penalty-killing style. And you saw them. They had 3-4 checkers on a penalty kill, which just cannot happen because it was an easy breakout for the Cardinals. All of a sudden, it was a 3-on-1 the other way on a power play, which that's just not good defense by the Lakers. And now it's going to be a 5-on-3. And this is the game right here for the Cardinals. I mean, they got to score here.
Josie Palumbo, the freshman from Littleton over in Colorado, down below the goal line, unfortunately. Medical staff checking her out. But we'll see what happens here. We've got 8:28 still left to play in this period number 3 here, and we hope that Palumbo is able to get up and get off the ice, hopefully under her own power here, as both teams will converse at the benches here. Mark Digby giving a lowdown for the Oswego State Lakers here just below us in the Steve Levy press box, and Scott McDonald over on the far side for the St. John Fisher Cardinals as two of her teammates go over to see about taking her back to the bench. There's Josie Palumbo.
It's sad to see she can't get up on her own. She needs help up. It might be something lower body, but it is good to see that she is being able to get off the ice at least here.
Able to glide off the ice with the help of numbers 21, Cameron Evans, and number 7, Cordelia Weymouth.
No pressure on that right leg.
Hopefully she's able to come out with this with something temporary or possibly for the next couple hours at best, we hope. But again, a good game played by Josie Palumbo as she'll go off the ice back to the dressing room. So 8:28 left to go in the third period. 2-0 Oswego Lakers over the St. John Fisher Cardinals. And now a 5-on-3 for the next minute 35 in favor of the St. John Fisher Cardinals. Katie Demers and Kayla Doer, the two in the box for the Lakers. Face off to the right of Ava Christensen. Winning that back is SJF. They will set this one up. Reckley around. D'Onofrio drops that. Shot. Oh, just went off the outside of the goal. Sent over towards Weymouth, but that one will go all the way down. Bryn Basak stopping that for Cordelia Weymouth.
You can't be forcing anything here. Get in your formation. Set up your power play. Don't just start cycling it around.
Kira Reckley, the Texan, up for Grant. Shot redirected just wide of the net. It'll go into that far corner. Stewart. Grant. Shot over the net. Oh, and just trying to keep it free. Are the Lakers will call it dead here as the Lakers are trying to get it off the outside of that net. With now 49 seconds left to go in the 5-on-3, and then I believe a further about 25 or 35 seconds after that for the penalty for Katie Demers.
The face-off is huge here for the Cardinals. You got to win it cleanly.
Especially with the time you have left, they do. Weymouth on the near side. Checks it out for Sophie Grant. D'Onofrio, all the space, walks in, shot, just blocked by a defender. Sophie Grant will take it around. Grant, shot, blocked away by Christensen. Over to the near boards. Coley able to get it long out, but stopped in the middle by Brooklyn Joyce. Joyce to Reckley. Reckley over towards Grant. She tried to pop it over for her, but it's now Weymouth handing it to Stewart. Cecilia Stewart over on the far side. Blocked away by Shea Jazeel. She'll send it around off the glass. Weymouth not able to keep it in. Weymouth to Joyce. Now over for Prantner. Now up for Evelyn Knox. Knox back across. Oh, a deep shot, save made, and it goes just wide. Wow. Lakers all the way down the river.
That was probably the best chance of the game for the Cardinals. They had the open net on the rebound. They just couldn't put it in. It just went wide.
Full strength are the Lakers now, just able to escape unscathed. As here comes a Fisher 2-on-1, though. They'll look to get one on the board, and they do! What a goal for Ellie Prantner. The first goal in program history for the St. John Fisher Cardinals goes to Ellie Prantner.
Ellie Prantner has been noticeable here today for the Cardinals. Congratulations to her and the rest of the team for their first goal in their history. And that came off a long shot that really Christensen probably should have had. That's a long shot from the circle on the right side, right past the blocker. And Prantner, look at her on that bench. Really excited about this one. And her team is back in it.
A 1-goal lead is all that stands between Fisher and a tie game here at the Deb. They've got 6 minutes and 16 seconds to do it. Can they tie it up? But it's Ellie Prantner, the freshman from Arlington, down in Virginia. Able to get it, but Ficarro, shot, scored! Wow! Liliana Ficarro. Wow, what a response.
My ears are still ringing after that one, Rob. What a shot by Ficarro. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. Off the post and in, right past the blocker of Basak. And what a move, too. Going around the defender through the legs of number 19, Brooklyn Joyce. Perfect by Ficarro.
8 seconds is all that one goal lead stood for. Shot just wide as Fisher now trying to get it back the other way. Wow, what a goal and what a shot that was by Liliana Ficarro. Could not have picked that corner better. Shot save made. Ava Christensen just in front with Sophie Grant. Wow. They have really turned on the shooting now, haven't they?
Yeah, all of a sudden, the past, minute and a half, now it's an offensive game. There's chances back and forth like a shootout. And all game, we've just been saying that it's a defensive battle. Good job by the goaltenders, but now what a job here by the offense.
It seems the floodgates have opened on both sides here. More shots coming than ever as Rika Belli maybe looking for her second of the game here. Coming back into the zone. Neutral zone battle here gets won by Fisher. They'll send it all the way down. Sent around this way. Into the corner they'll go. Sirens to Coley. Back up to Sirens. Rika Belli. Now across with Cordelia Wemus. Katie Demirs off the boards. Evelyn Knox. Now for Jaylee Wilson. Power for Coley. Up towards Demirs. Gets past her stick. All the way down it'll go. Icing's wave off. Wemus. Stolen away momentarily by the Lakers. Gets sent back behind the net of Basak. Popped out. Van Dam's able to pick it up. Helen Van Dam coming around. Hands it towards Rika Belli, but you sense that things might be slowing down a little bit here after that burst of energy. Sent back up. Helen Van Dam keeps it in. Backhander off the leg of Wemus. Behind the net it'll go. Van Dam. Gets pressured into the boards by Jaylee Wilson. Still there with that though. It's Rika Belli. Gets it up for Smith. Rika Belli now possesses it. Over for Sydney Pinty. She's got room. Shot. Save. And blocked away by Wemus as well as Wilson serves another shot as well. Into the boards. Megan Smith in that far corner. Oswego for Cooley. Back down below the goal line. Chasing after that is Megan Smith. Like I said, you can see it sort of slowing down, but Cooley's got a chance. Send it right in for Doer. Doer up, off the stick of Jazeel. That'll go into the center and into the neutral zone. All the way down, that'll go. And that one will be icing with 3:34 left to go. And this third period will go back down into the Lakers' end.
Yeah, 3:34 to go, like you said. When would we start looking for Basak to start heading towards the Cardinals bench?
I'd say within the next about minute. If they don't do it within the next minute to about minute and a half, then I guess they might not be pulling her, but it'd be to their benefit if they do want to win this. A quick shot, though, might change things.
That was a quick whistle.
As it gets covered up again by Ava Christensen.
There's a quick whistle there. That was actually loose. Christensen couldn't really get to it. There's a lot of bodies in the crease. The Cardinals a little unhappy with the quick whistle, but not much they can do about it now. If the referee lost sight of the puck, it will be offense's own faceoff, though, regardless.
Well, and it looks like Abby Dix gets thrown out of that one. Jenna Majewski will take it instead against Sophie Grant. It's one to the side by the Lakers. Shea Jazeel around. Turek. Right on that blue line, it'll stay. As Jenna Majewski able to possess it. Turek steals it away. Up the boards it'll go. Reckley now for, Cameron London putting Elena D'Onofrio back on the ice. Into the neutral zone it'll go. Grant, getting hooked here. Abby Dix will be going to the box for this one. 2 minutes for hooking called by the referee, and Abby Dix going to the box. And you got to wonder, with 2:54 on the clock here, do they pull Bryn Basak here, James?
I would like to see them be aggressive. It looks like Basak's going towards the bench. It might be a timeout, though, for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that timeout called by SJF.
Yeah, that penalty definitely could have been called a few seconds before it actually was called. Grant was really getting tugged down, and it took her falling on the ice for it to actually be called. But now the Cardinals down 2:54 to go. How do you want to see them set up here, Rob?
I think you start out because you've got a power play now. The play is going to start in your offensive zone. So I think you start with a 6-on-4 and just do your best to set it up. Because if you set it up, you've got at least 2 open bodies anywhere on the ice. You can set it up. I'd say possibly be about 3 across the top, 2 in the corners, 1 right in front of the goaltender. And that's very important, that last one. Get in front of the goaltender, take away their eyes. I used to play hockey myself. That was my role back in the day when I used to play for the Valley Eagles down in Syracuse. I was the man right in front of the net, and I was the reason that we got quite a few goals, especially late in the game. When you've got those 3 shots, those 3 guns right across the top, to possibly put it behind a goalie with no eyes, to take away that view from the goaltender is very important, especially in man-up situations. But they'll opt for Bryn Basak to stay in the net because they've got a 5-on-4 right now, so they'll take their chances.
I thought that was the smart move, leaving Basak in. The Lakers have killed the Cardinals on the face-off dot today, so it was a good idea to put her back in.
D'Onofrio around for Kira Reckley. Reckley taking it up off the skate of Sophie Grant, and Tilly Patrick sends it long down the other way. Bryn Basak stopping that. 2:25 left to go. Fisher up for Kira Reckley. Reckley for Cordelia Weymouth. Into the zone they go. Bryn Basak watching that bench. 2:11 to go. Weymouth. Now for Stewart. A shot comes and it goes off the boards. Ooh, and getting put into the boards is Reckley. We've got another penalty.
I'm not sure if it was intentional, but that was a smart play to turn the puck over to get the 5-on-3, which will likely be a 6-on-3 if now they pull Basak. But now this is a huge moment for the Cardinals. Just under 2 minutes to go here, Rob.
Yeah, and we've got, I believe that's 2 minutes for boarding up here on Megan Smith, if the call was correct. So now you've got a 5-on-3 with 1:57 to go. So if you play your cards right, you could have the lead with a little bit, or you could have a tie with about a little bit left. Joyce fired. Oh, it's off the leg of Parenti. 5-on-3. Do they want to add another to that? We'll see. Turek now back for Evelyn Knox. Turek across. Sent back to Turek. Turek shot. Save made. Redirected. Helen Van Dam will send it all the way down into the far corner of the SJF zone. As Joyce now grabbing that. 23 seconds left to go. And the penalty for Abby Dix. Here comes Reckley. Shot. Save made by Ava Christensen. And now you've got 1:10 left to go in this third period.
There goes Basak now.
1:13.
Basak to the bench now.
1:13 in the penalty for Megan Smith. So, even if you don't score, you will still have a man advantage. 6-on-3 now for the next 13 seconds. Across now towards Cordelia Weymouth. Did you wonder, do they have the energy? Grant, shot, save. Oh, off the end of the stick of Ava Christensen. How did she make that save? Fisher, directly, shot, save made. Oh, it's off the crossbar. It rolled across the crossbar, and it's on the back of the net. You cannot make this up.
What an unbelievable save by Ava Christensen there. It was a wide open net. That might have been the knob of her stick that just got a piece. Shay Jazil's going to go over and give her a hug. She deserves it. What an unbelievable save as she's bending over for air.
Wow. Face off one, shot, save made by Christensen again. Shot again, and it's blocked up. 39 seconds to go. Fisher down by 2. Down to Weymouth for Reckley. Weymouth, shot, blocked by Jazil. And getting it out is Georgia Cunliffe. Down the ice it'll go. D'Onofrio blocks it away. Weymouth on the boards. Up for Parenti, who keeps it in the zone. Down the boards it'll go. 15 seconds. Erica Parenti with it along the blue line. Shot on. D'Onofrio blocks that one. Georgia Cunliffe across for Pinty. Open net. Oh, blocked away by D'Onofrio. Into the corner. 2 seconds. And it is about a miracle that St. John Fisher just escaped with no extra goals on the board, but nonetheless, the Oswego State Lakers will take their first preseason game with a dub. Final score, 3 for the Oswego State Lakers. Only 1 for the St. John Fisher Cardinals, but to leave here with only a 2-goal deficit is quite a feat for a new program like Fisher.
Absolutely. The Cardinals have to keep their head up after this one. They played a good game overall. There were some points where they had some sloppy turnovers and they didn't do a good job getting out, but overall they played a fine game. They did a good job. They got a goal as well. They beat Ava Christensen on the blocker side. You can't complain too much in a preseason game about what they showed today.
Absolutely, and you do have to give some credit as well to Brent Basak. 39 shots on net is the final count for the Oswego State Lakers, and only 3 of those went behind her, so she's leaving with at least, I believe, a 923 or a 925, if my math is correct, in terms of save percentage. But what a game played by her. She's definitely going to be leaving here with her head high. And as well, we have to give some credit to Ava Christensen in that last 2 minutes. Wow, the saves that she made, absolute credit to her.
We could still be playing hockey right now if she didn't make those saves. We could be heading to overtime without her heroics. Some of those saves were unbelievable, and it's safe to say that she will obviously have a role on this team at some point this season. Obviously, Mia DeVivo started the game. It looks like she will be the starter, but Ava Christensen, and also you got to include Finney in there as well. All 3 goaltenders for the Lakers had an outstanding game.
3-1, the final score. The only goal given up by Ava Christensen, but still, I think she made enough saves to, counteract that one single goal that was put against her. And of course, Mia DeVivo and Erica Finney leaving with goose eggs in their goals against column. So we'll see if they do 3 stars at all for this game here, but nonetheless as well, St. John Fisher, first goal in program history as well for Ellie Prantner. So they're starting off, I believe anyway, on the right foot here. What do you think, James?
I'm telling you right now, that team will win some games. They played a good game. The chemistry just got better and better every minute of the game. And this is a team that will get it together. The skill is there, and all they need to put together is finish up that chemistry with every line.
Yeah, absolutely. As we go through the 3 stars here, Kayla Doer getting the 3rd one. Liliana Ficaro getting number 2. And Lauren Ricabelli, the first star in this contest for the Oswego State Lakers. And their next one will be this next coming Saturday. They'll be playing against Nazareth right here at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena. Well, that'll do it for our coverage here in the press box, but don't go away. We'll have our post-game show right here on WTOP 10 Sports. We'll send it back over to the Perch. I've been Rob Finger alongside James Fitzpatrick. We'll send it over to the Perch. You're watching Lakers women's hockey on WTOP 10 Sports.
Get rid of all the questions.
If only we had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch.
Well, do we have a show for you?
Who are you?
What are you doing in my bed?
On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises and tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans. Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP 10.
Welcome back into the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Hockey Arena for the post-game show after the Oswego State Lakers win 3-1 in this exhibition matchup. We welcome you up to the perch. I'm still Chris DeLuca. That's still Cole Fleming. I guess that's still Nick Stetter. Yes. And you know, what a game.
Yep. Oof. Yeah. It was phenomenal. End to end, Fisher really found themselves in that last period. I think that scoring that one goal, it was 2-0 when they scored that first goal. Yeah. And then making it 2-1, it was a scary sight, but Oswego shut every single thing that they had going for them down. It was 2-1. They thought they could get back in. As soon as they started again, bang, 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 boom. An amazing goal to get that game to 3-1 and really just crush the spirits of those Cardinals.
Yeah, it was pretty remarkable. 7 seconds after Fisher makes it 2-1, immediately the freshman makes it 3-1.
Absolutely. Liliana Ficaro with that goal 7 seconds after the St. John Fisher goal. But you know, the Lakers didn't make it easy for themselves in this one. That third period, 5 penalties against. At least 2 of them in the last minute, or in the last 2 minutes, sorry.
Yes. We had over 3 minutes of 5-on-3 penalty killing for the Lakers. That is impressive to even kill them off, but that's not a situation you want to put yourself in the first place.
It's a scary sight for any Oswego Laker fan out there when you see a 3 against 5 on the ice, but they did a good job. Obviously, the first one they had against them didn't go well for the power play. That goal by Fisher scored by, I believe it was Ellie Prattner, right?
Yep.
It was Ellie Prattner scoring that one goal, but then the second one, they kind of honed it in. They were like, okay, we know what to do now. We realize what Fisher are doing. They didn't let him score on that, but that was also due to amazing saves by the third goalie who played for Oswego, Ava Christensen. Christensen making some phenomenal saves in that last period.
Yes. Absolutely, and going back to Prattner, first goal in franchise history. That'll be a good question on Jeopardy one day.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I mean, the impact of that first goal, I mean, even though they were down, you could see the emotion on their faces, just such great excitement. And I believe that this St. John Fisher team will be a threat in the coming months.
I don't think this loss doesn't show anything negative for these Cardinals. Oswego, as we've said before, ranked 8th in the nation. The Cardinals played a very close and tough game. They were aggressive on all cylinders. Everyone was fighting hard for the entire game. And these Cardinals are going to be a force to be reckoned with coming into their conference games when they play, and I'm very excited to see where they end up in the future.
Yeah, I'd like to build on that. As you can see, first game as a team, like in franchise history, and you could see that on the special team side of it, 0 for 6 on the power play, and then they gave up 2 power play goals. That was the difference in the game. Like, that's something you can see out of a brand new team, and I think if they figure that out in their first few games, this team can be very good as they keep going.
Absolutely, this team has the St. John Fisher Cardinals have a lot of potential to be really good, and especially with Basak in the back of in the net there. She was stellar today. 37 saves on 40 shots. Yeah, they may not have come out with the win, but they have found their franchise. Wow, I'm thinking bigly. They have found their goaltender for the near future here.
Oh yeah, she was amazing. Every single part of her game this entire time was amazing. I couldn't see a single flaw in it. Obviously, a flaw would be 3 different goals, but it was a great day for Basic, and I guarantee you her coach is more than happy with how she performed today coming into this season.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and shifting over to the goaltenders on the Lakers side, even without Lexi Levy, they put up quite the fight and did really good. A grand total of 19 saves on 20 shots, split among the 3 goaltenders. Finney and DeVivo with a perfect save percentage. Christensen with that 1 goal against didn't have the perfect, but oh my lord, that last 2 minutes. She was looking like prime time Henrik Lundqvist out there.
Yeah, you mean facing the most shots? She faced 10 shots in that period. You're looking at the 900 save percentage. That's where you really want your goaltender. So even though, had to face off 2 5-on-3s in that period. You saw the 1 leg save right at the end that really should have gone in, kind of robs their opponents there. It would have made it 3-2. Would have made it a very interesting last minute and a half if that goal had gone in.
And I want to mention that Levy, she's on the coaching staff. She's an assistant coach helping out this hockey team become better and better. And I think looking at how those 3 goaltenders performed today, she's going to be very proud of them. And also there's stuff to work on because as we see, it wasn't 0. It was 1. And a coach is going to see that every time and find a flaw because that's what coaches do. They find the flaws. And she's going to look into that and make them even better than they already are.
Oh. Absolutely. I mean, both teams will have a lot to look at now. St. John Fisher, game in the books. Oswego, they have their freshmen finally getting a chance to play in this league. But that's going to do it for us here for this post-game show. We'd like to thank everyone so much for watching. Our producer, also myself, like Joe Seidman and Eddie. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting your last name. In the back helping us out. Myself, Cole, Nick, Robin, James on the mic over in the box. And we will see you in about an hour and a half for the men's game. Stick around.